They wrote me off, I ain't write them back. Nah. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story. I spent my whole life on that. Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.
What's good? What's popping, man? You know how we do it. You know how we get down, baby. We in the building Tuesday night. Me and my boy Rock saw y'all this morning, so you know we had to come back and serve it up. But we got the cash cow, the money thrower, the money catcher, the ATM in the building, baby. What's good with your ATM? How you feeling, my brother?
What's good, man? I'm ready to rock. And look, man, I got so much money, I got nothing in there, you know. So I got no cash on me, man. No cash on me.
ATM, man. We just got to do it, you know.
Just gotta get the ATM on the way, you know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you about your name again because me and Rock came up with it. I came up with a new slogan for your name, but
okay.
Rock, how you feeling, my brother? You get some rest and you get warmed up for this show or what?
No, I didn't get any rest. I went on a long walk, and then I went to the gym. Probably had one of the toughest workouts I ever had. So I'm kind of tired as hell. Got in the shower, took another cold shower just to wake my ass up. So I'm ready to go.
You 2 cold showers down, brother. So hey,
yeah,
whatever it take to get ice in your veins, man. We need you for the game, my boy. So we glad to have you though, man. You know, of course, it is draft night, man. We gotta have them laser eyesight, sharp rays, whatever you want to call it. We gotta have it going on. You know what I'm saying?
Superman eyes. Yeah.
We here, we locked in. But it is draft time for sure. And Adam, man, you know, while I introduce the people, say what's good, I always like the guests to come through. Even though you are South Harmon alum, the creator, the guy who started it all, you are a guest here tonight for us. So we are going to allow you to pick first in this draft. I'm gonna send you the link right now.
Wow. Bless your heart, you know.
ATM gets the first. Which I send it at, bro? Want me send it in the sleeper or?
Yeah, wherever. I got the sleeper ready to go over here on my other browser. You know.
Bad. I'm gonna send it to your sleeper, and then we'll let you pick first. Rock is sent to you too. Let me.
You don't have to send it to.
Yeah,
Rock.
I'm in there right now. I'm just letting the guest take the first spot. I learned my first lesson when I took Pat's spot. Remember that?
What up, everybody? I see people in the chat in here. You know, we got Patty Mills. We got everybody in here, man.
Oh, you know what? I just remember this. I could do it this way.
Oh.
I was going to send it to your phone. I'm tripping. Like, hold on. Can I just do it this way? Yeah. Oh, no. But anyway, while we wait on this link, I'm over here holding up the stream. What's good with everybody, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? You see, we got my boy ATM in the building, and let's go ahead and see what's good with the people, man. I sent it in our private chat, Adams. You can join from there.
Okay, cool.
Let me see what's good, though, man. We got Jake always pre-gaming. I think Jake might set his alarm. And he like, as soon as this thing is created, I'm going to just go ahead and tap in, see what's good with y'all, and I'm going to go ahead and bounce. So we appreciate you coming through, Big Jake, always. We got bro Brian in the building, man. He came through. Brian said, let's get it. Hey, man, we're going to get straight to it, my boy. We got Shizzles in here. Hopefully, he doesn't auto pick 3 times, and hopefully he doesn't take Jaden Daniels with the 101, man.
Stop with that, man. At least I grabbed the 101, so he couldn't at least do that. All right.
Thank you, man. That don't mean he won't take Josh Allen with the 102, but we'll see what my boy got going on. We got my boy E in the building. He said, "What's good?" Yeah, you was a little early, or what? Maybe we was a little late. I don't know, bro. But we ready. We got Patty Mills up in here, of course. We got Jackson, man. Look, Jack, you missed out last week, brother. So you back again. I think it's your 3rd week in a row, man. You gave us a subscribe, so we got a spot in this draft for you, man. But the link will be sent out. You gotta grab it while you can, bro. So Theo in here, he said it's Shador time. You know it's always throwing rollies up, man. This is a G-Shock rollie, man. For myself, I went ahead and got that, man. It's shining real nice, I think. And we got the Brody, man. The Brody came through. And it's a gift in there, so I don't know what 0026 is, but we're gonna say that it's love. That's what it is. That's how I spell it. And he said, "Look who we have here. We got the ATM. He's in the building, Brody. He is in the building, man.
Bro,
so,
what's popping, man?
We got my boy Dynasty D up in the building too, bro. We appreciate you. And yeah, man. You know, Patty, man, hold up, bro. I didn't want to pull this up.
Cam over there, Fizz?
No, I don't. So my boy I must really be shining over here because
okay.
Poor Patty Mills right here. All right, brother. All right.
I don't know how I feel about that, Fizz. The cute thing.
I know.
I'm not even gonna lie.
It's kind of killing the vibe.
All right, so look, Rock put the 102 down. So let me go ahead and pick my spot while I'm over here running my mouth, man. Let me see where I want to go. I'm gonna let these two dudes have their fun, and I think I'm gonna cause chaos on the other end, man. So I took the 112. I'm gonna go ahead and send out the link now while we chop it up, and y'all can join us and pick your spots, man. First come, first serve, as always. As a matter of fact, man, it is a little too bright up in here, man. Let me what the hell? The hell? They want to see just me. What
Adam, we're just gonna have you do the show. You know.
What did I do? I mean, okay. That's how it is, though. I'm ready. Shit.
Am I good? Can y'all see me? What's going on up in here, man?
Yeah, they said, no, the lights are too bright, Fizz. You got to put on the shades. That's what it is.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I mean, I literally got kicked off. Rock, you here? I'm here. Y'all hear me, right? We good?
Yeah, we're still going. I'm on YouTube.
Like Halloween episode.
I'm just saying, man.
Adam, it's like this every episode. It's part of just the routine that we have. It's
part of the vibes, if you will, you know?
Yeah. It's 100% of the Vibes channel, bro, because we always got a glitch in the matrix every single I don't know what's going on around here, man. But ATM, man, I want to bring this up while we wait on the league to fill up.
Sure.
So we talked about the Madden curse today. We talked about Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, by the way, hold on real quick on that. Don't mean to interrupt you, but you already know you could just kick rocks with that offer you tried to send me and pay the Vito for Shipley. All right.
It's okay. I got 5 other shares that I got. I'll be happy with
those. For you. I'm happy for
you. I was
you.
about to say, Rock has been buying all the ships that he can, man. He's going fishing.
You gotta listen, Rock, you gotta be a little more creative and less obvious with the jump. Like, here, I need Shipley immediately from you as soon as the cover jump come out.
Well, I mean, hey, it worked for about 3 or 4 leagues though, so you know
that's fair. But just got to know who you're. Adam, did you forget who it was?
I sent your deal last because I knew it was going to get accepted, so that's fine.
There we go. Well, I'm gonna say this right after we came up with the Madden curse.
Okay.
Rock talked about Adam. He said, "Adam, what player? Oh, you talking about
League Neighbors?
No, we talking about Noah Fant." And he said, Noah Fant, ever since Adam got that jersey, the history has gone down the drain, right? So I told him, well, maybe if you put the Madden curse together and Adam with his jersey,
the jersey curse.
his jersey curse, the man last name is M. His name is Adam Madden. So your name is Adam Madden from now on. You are the Madden curse, the Adam Madden curse.
The Adam curse.
I don't mind it, honestly.
You are the new Madden curse, brother.
Okay, that's honestly, especially for the jersey side, it's warranted. Honestly, you can't see it over here too, but the moment I put Nick Chubb signed jersey up, my man career basically might be in jeopardy. So like, it's warranted.
We just letting you know, man. The Adam Madden curse is in effect, man. So
no Diddy. Just the Adam curse.
And I do see my boy Jackson is in the building, man. I'm glad that you got your spot because last week you said that you missed it, man. So we glad you here. And we waiting on one more person, man. It's probably the fastest we done had it filled in so far, so early. So we good to go on that. And
Adam's here, you got to be on time, right?
Patty is always 2-point tight end premium.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
Only way we can get y'all to respect the position, man. So
no,
sniffle free.
No, absolutely not.
Come on, 6 Rings, man. 6 Rings, a wild boy, man.
What's up, 6 Rings?
Oh yeah, he was talking about my tent earlier. It was fucking weird.
Your tent?
Yeah, that's why I was taking all those cold showers. I was getting too excited for the show.
Oh, very nice, cool. W.
Well, we waiting on one more spot. Anybody want to fill in? You feel free. But until we get into everything, anything new going on, Adam? Anything breaking news in the media? Any topics you
Malik Neighbors wide receiver 1. That's about it.
Okay, yeah, we know about that. That.
We talked about that today. It was fun. Yeah.
Yep. Caleb Williams, go get yourself some certified shit. You know, I think
fanatics, right?
Yep, exactly. Partner Fanatics, certified sh.it. Don't forget to .the I. It is true. I can curse a lot of jerseys by buying them myself, but it doesn't mean that you have to be a curse when you buy jerseys. Right. So go get yourself some fire jerseys. I will say the one thing about it, I think if you believe in Ben Johnson and this offense being taking a massive step forward, which seems to be the case. Everybody seems to be extremely high on Ben Johnson. Think the Bears are going to only do better. Like if they're going to be one of the better offenses in the NFL, I think the cost of a lot of people on that offense should be going up. Personally, I mean, you look across fantasy drafts and nobody on the Bears offense is going very high. So,
did you see that Colson Loveland is tight end 5 in fantasy right now? That's pretty wild. He might be the highest outside of Caleb Williams.
True. Where's he actually going in startups? We're going to find out on a mock here. But
well, last week we had Theo take 2 tight ends back to back in the rookie.
He's going to the 412.
Theo took him 112 and 111 in the rookie draft. So
that's right. And then in the marathon, we're going to see in the rookie draft. So that doesn't actually like that's
yeah. But what I meant rookie draft though, he went back to back with him. But
412 Adam in startups.
That's his ADP.
ADP is broken in the marathon, bro.
That's honestly crazy. 412,
isn't it?
Ludicrous.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Sam Laporta 406, Warren 407, Colson Loveland 412.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Rock. This will kind of be fire.
Oh my God. No. See, ever since, if people know the story, the one and only time I ever bought a non-Ravens jersey was Adrian Peterson. And that year he got suspended for a whole year for putting a switch to his kid's back. So I'm never ever put another team's jersey on my back. Never gonna.
You guys got any hot takes or anything though before we tap?
I want to say, Rock, don't put nothing on your back, man. Come on, bro. What's going on here, man? Nah.
Take the shirt off your back. That's what I'm talking about.
But now we talked about most of our topics this morning, man. We don't have nothing new going on. I always like to remind everybody before we get started, because I see we filled up now. So congratulations on that, man. We good to go. But as y'all know, this is the marathon draft. All the rookies go rounds 1 through 3. And we kick off that 4-1 with the good guys. So, hey, imagine if who we just talking about? Who's that tight end? Loveland goes at the 412 and startups. Well, hey, man. Maybe Bijan Robinson or CeeDee Lamb going to 412 in his marathon, man. So that sounds like the odds are good to me, baby. So that's what I like, and that's what we love. Let's get it popping. Let's get it cracking. And ATM, going to kick it off first for sure. Let me get this draft.
Well, as much as I would love to really, really spice it up for y'all, I'll wait till the screen share comes up so you can see before I hit the button. But
there we go.
There it comes. All right. This is really hot takey, but Genty at the 1, man. Let's go ahead and
Well, I'm gonna see if you can get this formula together. Let's see if we make it happen, man. Once your picks come through, I'm gonna let you know what it's gonna look like.
All right, bet.
But I'm gonna say this:
Lamb or die. Damn.
I don't know if y'all saw this, man, but it was a new Madden cover that came out on my timeline earlier. One of my guys, one of my favorites, man, hometown hero, man. The Madden curse might be going down, man. Boats and Hoes edition. Boats and Hoes.
Gotta have me my boats and hoes.
It's out now, man. Good pre-order and you can get it popping, man. For South Harmon 99, baby. That's how we selling it, man. So let's get it on. Let's get it popping, baby. So I let y'all know. When I seen that though,
my boy didn't make him. You know what's crazy though? It's an amateur move, man. You're supposed to make them check the phones before they get on the boat. Like,
man,
come on,
listen.
Now.
Well,
he had that one in her bra.
He was looking in the phone when he was talking to him, though. So I mean,
you allowed to have your phone if you want. Everybody else got to check their phone.
I don't think that's what he was looking at. This.
I told you, bro. My boy was giving out crystal light pink lemonade.
Not what I was looking at.
Yeah, Brian. Shout out. It's a family show here.
Oh, my bad. What the hell? What the hell? My bad, brother. My bad, man.
I see the warp hit rates from Barry are taking off. We got Jackson Dart finally going at the 106.
Thank the Lord.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I think that might be the highest, but Jackson Dart, the respect on Jackson Dart is getting it. But that might be the highest we've seen so far, and I don't mind it at all.
Man, I don't understand why Cam Ward keeps sliding. He's even sliding in the sleeper ADP. He's after Travion Henderson. Isn't that wild? I saw him going to draft at 109.
No, I mean
on Discord.
It's been happening honestly for a while. It is crazy though every time I see it, and it continues to happen. I think there's a lot of narratives and reasons for why people are letting that happen in rookie drafts, but I think the fact that there was so many good ones and the ones that hit, even the ones that seemingly missed last year hit. JJ McCarthy's value's back, right? Penix now, I try to tell you early, but he's the starter for the whole season coming up. I think people feel more solved at the quarterback position right now than you would typically have because we had 6 first rounders last year.
Adam, I haven't
I'm not
heard
saying that's a correct
I
reason,
haven't
but
heard
I
a
think that's
single
why.
good narrative though on why he's fallen. It feels like it's just people are falling in love with all the other positions, and he's naturally fallen. But there's nothing wrong that he's done
You know
besides
why
just
though, Rob? I'm
be
gonna tell you why.
amazing and be the 101.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I want to hear it.
Because of small markets, bro. He's in Tennessee Titans. The media coverage isn't like it should be, right? And a lot of people right now, they're bored. They want information. So if your face come across their screen more than the other person, they're gonna put you higher. Once we get actual film and people showing some stuff, I believe real's gonna recognize real, man. But I believe it's a small media, man. A lot of times we forget about players because of we don't see them, we don't hear about them. We hear more about Cardi B in the NFL than we do Cam Ward, bro.
We hear more about Shedeur for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. So I believe the respect will be on Cam Ward. I'm even showing a little bit more love to Cam right now than I was before. So
I don't think it's a narrative per se. I think it's the reason he's falling is because people last year looking at their teams in the quarterback position in Superflex, there was 6 less quarterbacks in the range of desirable players, which means a lot of people were considering drafting quarterbacks. I think this year there's a lot more scenarios where teams don't either feel that he's going to be. I think here's the other thing. The other thing is I don't think people think he's going to be a difference maker at the position. I think you can make a case for a lot of last year's players that people thought that they would be a higher difference maker. Caleb Williams going at 101, 102. Jaden going at 104, right? I mean, think about that. Jaden was going at 103, 104. That's crazy. But the quarterbacks have been kind of being pushed down in general, but I feel like now there's a lot more that people want. So it's just him not fitting team builds, I think, in the rookie draft personally.
I'm gonna be honest, Rock. You know who I want to take because I do it every draft. But since I have this pick, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Milroe would be my pick always and forever.
Then go Milroe.
No. We're gonna go Jaden Higgins, man. We're gonna switch it up right here.
What I will say is I was excited to see Dart go at 106 because of what we talked about on war pit rates, but like Buka going all the way to 112. What's going on? What happened?
Adam.
Yeah.
I just told you. People ain't hearing about him, man. They ain't talking about him.
It's just me, Adam. That's it. I'm the only one that loves that landing spot in Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield. It seems like everyone else wants to hate on the guy.
Listen, people going to ambiguous situations, meaning there's no I feel like that is one of the most overdone falls of players in drafts.
Thank you. I completely agree. Yeah.
Getting in my guy team today. All right. Hey, I don't hate that. I know specifically on the vibes we don't hate that.
Hey, listen, bro. You know that's what I practice. I practice what I preach. I always go get to my guy team, man.
Yeah,
no
for sure.
question.
Give it a try. You'll probably love it, and
no
never
Diddy,
want to do any other thing.
We've all seen Fizz reach for his guy plenty,
100%, baby.
No Diddy.
Hey, listen. I always say this, Adam. This is why I won't never have an orphan team because I love the team I drafted. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give it away. I'm cool.
Yeah, that's actually I would say the primary reason. I think that if you haven't tried taking over an orphan, because I think in general it's really easy for people to just lean into who they like. And most of their teams, if you've never taken over an orphan, will be a bunch of people that you probably like, and that's easy to get basically burnt with player biases. You take over an orphan, man, you're gonna have a bunch of people probably that you don't like.
Oh yeah. I mean, I took over one, and the league that we're in together, we had the 2 of the worst teams in it. And
no, I'm not saying you haven't taken over an orphan. I'm just saying for people that haven't taken over an orphan, I think that's the reason too.
What I was going to say was, though, how I broke it down, how I was about to break it down is I've been since trading for my guys. And I actually had a trade last year for CD that I should have taken. I should have took and I didn't. But when I look at the team, I'm molding it in the way that I kind of wanted. I traded Chase Brown, got Smitty back. I've been making little moves to kind of get my guys, and still, I know it's not a winning team, but I'll get there when I needed to be. So I'm just basically saying, just because you got the orphan, don't mean you can't still go get your guys. It's
no, for sure. For sure. Yeah, you can still go get your guys. It's just I'm just saying to get yourself to the team that you want to. I think there's a lot of learning experiences in an orphan that you just can't present by giving someone a clean slate.
For sure.
Man, I'm gonna have.
Okay, Jackson. I feel you, Playboy.
I'm gonna have 2 people that I'm all right. Man, this is easy.
Man. You're gonna have one person that you like. Yep.
I was gonna have 3. Now I have 2. So that's cool.
Hey man, hold up, man. My boy Jackson turning up on a Tuesday. Like that, man. Should all respect, man. You know I got to like that one, man.
That is the
I'll go
lowest
ahead
I've
and
seen Tyler
I'll
Warren.
go ahead and take Besh and Williams. Let's take both of them, please.
All right, thank you. I want to know anyway. So
I had to go Gucci man. I need both.
I'm gonna ask y'all with is that high for Mason Taylor or is that right on cue?
that's right on cue.
That's about where he's going.
is-
Late second.
Yeah.
What's high with what?
This is the wildest second round I think I've seen in our draft. Any of our months.
I don't even know. I think even Mike
Shuck
said
is gone at 2.7. He don't even go that high most times.
I think even Mike said he would take Tyler Warren before 206, and he hates himself from Tyler Warren.
Yeah, that's the lowest. And Shuck going at 207, just ruining that dart pick right beforehand. What's it like? Glorilla? She's like, ugh.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Shockwave's getting ready to lean into a quarterback horde in the marathon.
Well, all right. Well, he needs a lot more quarterbacks then. So,
that's why it's a good thing we're starting the first round of a regular one in a minute. That was well timed. Very well timed.
I do love the Taylor Ferguson stack.
I like that. I like
Hunter.
I'm about to say,
Patty
don't forget,
Mills.
he got Hunter too now. He got Hunter too, man. Put some respect on his name.
That's already, yeah. I think Patty Mills might be running away with this unless somebody.
Damn, bro, I got him Buka and Higgins. I can't get some love. What's up with that?
No, because you're about to get like freaking what's his name at the very end, Neil. Unless you get one of my favorite guys.
Why you gonna say my player out loud, man? You see how you do me?
Damn.
See, because
you literally call my pick out loud.
That's the vibes right now. Here, come on, snipers. Man? I got the target. I got the target.
Clearance for the shot.
My boy Rock playing Call of Duty, man. What's up with this, man?
Just need permission.
Yeah. I have eyes on man, you just gonna take Neil anyway. Damn, okay. Sheesh.
Watch, Neil's still gonna make it. Ain't nobody going for Neil, man.
I mean, honestly, if you know, you know. But if he don't,
Dylan Sampson was in consideration for me. I can't believe
he was for me too.
7. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Dylan Sampson hate us for real.
Well, right now he's the highest rated. So if Neil don't get to me, it's all good.
Would you say, Adam, he's probably the best value in the third round, easily?
Yeah, I mean he's one of a couple for sure. I think
him and Felton. Felton's probably my favorite wide receiver in the third. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Where do you see
a lot of Felton has been a lot of free agent pickups after drafts in most leagues I was in, so that's good come up.
Yeah.
There as well.
Yeah.
Well, if you're only going 3 rounds or fourth round, I guess he's available.
This is also easily the biggest gap I've seen. Pretty sure between Cam and Tootin, who, going similar picks in the draft and seemingly similar ranges in a lot of rookie drafts I've been in. They're basically opposite ends of the round.
You think so on Tootin?
Well, I'm just saying the gap between him and Cam is definitely not almost a full round. Cam Scatterbo at the 202 and Tootin at the 211. I mean, I can actually always fact check myself.
Oh, you know what? When you said Cam, I thought you were talking about Ward. So I'm like,
oh, no. Sorry. Cam Scatterbo. Sorry, I apologize.
My bad.
Scatterbo and Tootin, almost a full round difference is kind of crazy.
Because literally that's a full round difference. That's why I was like, huh? What's what I'm saying? Cam and Tootin.
Oh, I see. And it was that. Well, yeah, it was the same pick. I gotcha. Yeah. So let's see. Actually, Cam Scatterbo right now is going at the. Where is he coming off in rookie drafts? He's at the 204. Tootin's at the 208. So
okay, all right.
As much as I love Scatterbo, I still don't have a single share of him in any draft. Which is, do you have any players like that, Adam, where you really want to share of them? You don't have any yet so far.
Honestly, if I think about it differently between pre and post, I think I don't have any Cam Scatterbo in post either because, honestly, for me, I have Tootin in the same tier as him and slightly ahead. So, like, if you force my hand in most formats, I would take Tootin ahead of him.
Wait,
I always go Lamar. That's my first J-Day share. Let me go ahead and get him, guy. Get the guy.
What the hell?
Fizz, don't you like deposit?
Oh, damn, I sure do. My bad.
He out here. He's on the clock.
The whole time I had control. I had control of the pick to go to the next round. All that. So, my bad. For the ones at home, the ones that's here today, reminder that rounds 1 through 3, we always take those rookies, man. And the next round at the 4-1 is where we kick off the real draft, and it goes where it's supposed to go. But Adam, before we jump to the first round where I kind of jumped to conclusions on what I was doing, What you thinking about this top round so far? And give me one or two teams that you could say stole this format so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously taking myself out of the mix because I think that's a formality.
I mean, you can put yourself in there too, though, because sometimes people don't like it.
I just wanted to. That's all I wanted to say on that matter.
Okay.
For everybody else, I would say, I think that Fizz actually did a pretty good job. I think that sneakily, while Devin Neal, you got sniped on, Woody Marks is a player I feel like it doesn't actually get taken
for sure
that highly, and I think he's someone that I'm always targeting round 4, round 5. Believe it or not, in a 3-round, I mean, he makes it to waivers, and I bid a bunch on him. So I like that pick at the end there. So you didn't fuck it up like T-Rock told you was going to.
Can I say real quick with that Woody Marks, I actually do have ahead of Neal. So I am very, very glad, Fizz, that you took him there. I think that was honestly, between him and Felton, those would have been the 2 best picks. So you did not fuck it up. So I agree with that.
There we go.
Yeah, I see people in the chat talking about how bad the schedule is for the Giants. It's not great.
Right. Yeah.
And I would say the other one that sticks out to me is honestly, I really like Theo's draft because at the 107, typically you're kind of in this weird spot where you kind of get your pick is determined for you almost, right? You take Trevion, but then getting Tyler Warren at the 206 and then Dylan Sampson at the 307. I'm telling you, in my drafts, I've never seen either one of those players at that spot. So for him, he just got assigned who he was supposed to take, but he at least picked the right people.
Well, why I say this? Would you think if he knew this was going to happen and get Sampson, would it have been better to take Quinshawn and have that stack, or is Trevion the right pick?
I like how
he didn't know this beforehand, but I'm just saying if it like if he asked Joe, hey, look, let's trade right quick. Let me get Junkers. Would you think about that stack having that?
As I'm gonna shout out my guy Evie. I like to start both of them and just take all their points. I do like that strategy a little more now. However, I still think I got Trevion ahead of Quinshawn, and that's still the proper play. So
okay,
I'll worry about that another day.
There we go.
Yeah. I got it the same way too. I got Trevion ahead of Quinshawn, even though Quinshawn goes plenty ahead. I think it's coin flip in most leagues.
Yeah, well, ADP currently it is a coin flip. He's 106 and 107 off the.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I figured it was like.
Shout out to the Patty Mills team. I think him and Theo had the 2 best ones outside of ours, of course.
Somebody put that about Pat Bryant. Like, man, coaches, you gonna put on someone's head before they even play in the NFL?
We back, Shizzles. We back. My fault.
Michael Thomas, like that's a crazy comp to put on someone like Pat Bryant, man. It's a crazy comp.
The worst is when they try to cover it up and say, like, all right, I'm not really trying to compare this guy to this other guy, but he reminds me a lot of Michael Thomas. Whenever someone has to put that type of condition on the front, that's even drawing more attention to what you're about to do. That's the worst thing you can do.
That's fair. I'll also say some of the people that didn't go in round 3, what's always really nice about this format, and I'm not going to give it away, but as far as the people, but what's always really nice about this format is anybody that blunders the 3rd round, they leave those players to be way down in the queue now for me to grab later. So just remember that. All right.
Yeah. I'll remember that for sure. Adam, they're still on my queue.
Don't worry. They'll just get, especially since we're pretty close on where we draft, they'll be getting taken right before you.
I might accidentally take Jarquez Hunter ahead of Puka Nacua or some shit because he's at my top of my queue.
Hey, Fizz, all you got to do is keep Rock talking, and we'll get him to draft one of them players.
Well, I mean, I know you did this. You actually did a real draft with us before, Adam, already. But I will say, I know this is kind of an ADP breaker because you got guys like Genty where he wouldn't go here in Hampton and stuff like that. I know you're down tiering your leagues, but if you had to start a new league, let's just say, I know Rock said he's a auction guy. That's his way of life in drafting. What's your next style? If you had to say, this is Adam's league, I'm starting this because I want to start this. What format you going with? What's your style of Dynasty?
Meaning like how many starters, how many teams?
No, I'm just saying the style of it. Like not a snake draft, but like I said, Rock loves auction. Me, I'm going with the marathon because this is how, I kind of just like having the rookies, forcing them to be able to have value. What is your style? If
my favorite style is just like my favorite style is just like the ATM. Let's give everybody money and let's see who spends it the best, and let's see who throws the most in the air. You know, honestly, auction is really my favorite. I will also say that if you can get everybody there, fast auction drafts where everyone's there and doing it at the same time is easily my preferred. Now, if you have to do the slow ones, that's fine because that means you can't get everyone there at the same time. But like having a 3 to 4 hour window where everybody's going to be there at the same time, and there's that like FOMO effect kind of in place, man, that's legit stuff, man. Legit stuff. All right, so CD, Bowers.
I'm gonna say this though before you pick Adam.
Please.
Do you notice that this won't be a QB hoarding league on this left side again because no QBs went after Burrow? That's probably the first time I've seen that since we've been drafted. Usually Caleb or somebody finds their way.
Because Mr. Voorhees ain't in here to take Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, Pat Mahomes, like, damn, that's crazy.
I'm about to do something here, obviously with my picks. And I'm curious what you guys think. For me, I think if I'm looking to try to win a league, and I think one of the ways that's not talked about, because everybody they don't want to stand out too much almost. To me, I think one of the easiest ways to win is to be different than the rest. Right?
Hey, Adam, can I suggest something to you that I fucked up?
He's going to do the RB hoard. Yeah.
Go Gibbs and Bijan, baby.
I appreciate your recommendation, but that's where we was heading anyway.
Push it.
Hey, you trying to win this league? Go get the money, baby. Go get the money.
Go get the money.
As long as they're healthy, I got the 3 premier running backs, possibly as far as production, but more Adam, as far as age.
I pulled that off last week. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna force my hand, that's easy to me.
Because remember, I told you this in the voice message that style of having Genty, Gibbs, and Bijan, that's one I want to do that on my solo video of kind of breaking down that's a possibility that can happen in the league. Like that might not never happen unless you steal the 101 from somebody and you the best team. But outside of that, it's on a startup, you can get Genty, Gibbs, and Bijan. That's crazy. Like
unless you're one of those maniacs that literally doesn't care about receivers and you just have running backs and imagine earning the 101 with Gibbs and Bijan on your team. That'd be crazy.
Crazy work, man. Mm-hmm. Crazy work.
But anything's possible in the marathon startup. So
anything is possible.
Yeah, anything. Yep.
Just don't beat them and start copying everybody though. Okay.
I guess that Jackson doesn't know about the news. No one's told him yet. So it's unfortunate.
What's the news?
There's
a certain player on a certain cover who's been elected for sacrifice this year. So
do you think? Let me ask you this, Rock. What would you say? Because you're a spreadsheet guy, right?
I am. Spread them sheets.
Right. So go ahead and spread the sheets for us. Like, what do you think the percentages are that he gets hurt now?
Hold on, bro.
Probably like 150%, I would say, between him having 482 touches, I think, last year, and being an offensive player of the year award winner, which is also not, favorable in that regard too. Plenty of history in that, and the Madden cover, just that unholy trinity of things that can happen. That that perfect storm. I think it's about between 150 and 200%. Yeah,
I got you. That's for those that don't math, that means that it's guaranteed.
It's going to happen, right?
And there's a chance.
My boy Jackson said he ain't played since 08, so he ain't worried about it, man. They ain't no
news. Neither have I. The last one I played was like I don't know who was on the cover, like Don McNabb or Drew Brees. It's been a minute.
Hey man,
but I will say Theo just continues to let what falls to him fall, and just
Pat Mahomes falling at the 5'8" is crazy work, bro.
But think about this.
I mean, a 5'7"
in the marathon.
Bo Nix one ahead of Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, man. Hey, we talked about that earlier, Rock. Bo Nix, man. Top 5 dead or alive, baby.
We didn't talk about this though.
If you scroll up real quick, Fizz, one of the things too, to be able to get your pick of Chase,
that's
Jefferson, Neighbor, whoever you want, right? You got your pick of receiver after you took 2 running backs in the marathon style. You got to like that too.
Yeah. Theo cooking, man. Last week we kind of dogged him for taking 2 tight ends, but he still got Warren again. But he still cleaned up though. His team was still solid.
I'm here to put some respect on Theo's name today.
Theo, you got it, brother. You got it, man.
Adam,
it, my dog.
Yes.
This is we have the ATM. It's a very special event. What are you drinking, Adam? Because I got a very special bottle. I don't know if you could see this in my tiny screen.
What's crazy is here. I'll show you what I'm drinking. But
I saw
having the bakery.
Alani. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna go with the classic Sazerac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the OG days when I first started, right?
That's some tea.
Running backs to the
There we
moon.
go.
All right. Running backs to the moon. Sazerac, Rye, and running backs. They're back in style.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pour one up for you. So.
Oh my goodness, Shizzles, are you alive, my brother? What you got going on, bro?
I think Shizzles has an internet issue.
All right, man. I'm about to take the isms off your name. You about
it's
to
not
be
likely to be. I would say it's definitely not a user error thing.
Chisel, stop trying to send me trades and just make your pick.
Why Fizz going through trying to put you with the worst person he could?
I'm gonna give him lag because I know he'll take lag. You get lag, my boy. That's what you get.
That's the best pick he's gonna have.
I'm angry at him. I'm trying to give him the worst possible option right now.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This is the wildest draft I've seen because no way Caleb Williams fall in any other draft, and he's damn sure getting taken right here.
It's because the ATM is here, so anything's possible.
That's crazy work, bro. And I'm not even gonna lie. I don't. And see, Rod, I talk about this every week. We always go through this, man. Why is it on this side every time I pick, I gotta be a quarterback holder? It's no damn way I'm letting May or Herbert go. I gotta take one, bro. It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah,
this is crazy work. I don't even want to take another quarterback, but now y'all making me do it.
Oh yeah,
because I can't let this value go, bro.
Hey, hold on, y'all didn't tell me you had Master P coming on the show.
Yeah, Master P. Master P
made in his hometown.
Man, Master P just became a subscriber the other day. Man, shout out to you, man. No limit around here. You know how we get.
Shout out to the classics too, Master P, man. Come on now.
Let's go Herbert, baby. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not the QB holder of this league, I promise. But there's no way I was gonna let these guys go.
See, the thing about Fizz is he just started doing stuff. He loves. He likes to just do stuff and try it right here because this is a quarterback horde about to be in the marathon. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out too. I wouldn't say you're at a horde yet because you just have 3 legit assets.
No, but Adam, a reason why, because every draft when I pick on this side, I end up with like 5 or 6 quarterbacks every time. But it's not on purpose. It's because they're just there. You know what I'm saying? And
I think I know why too. I think I know similar to like what I was talking about with Rock saying how Cam falls. I think when people draft quarterbacks, I think it's under talked about how important what they're looking at in their current starting roster and their current roster construction is, right? So when they see you take Jaden Daniels and all the elite ones go, now there's this, I think the gap for people that are, I'm not going to say sharp or not, but I think the gap for people from the elite ones to the next tier is really far. So now you're like, nah, I'm not trying to let them do that, get away with this. Caleb's coming off. Herbert's coming off because you took quarterback early.
Give his ass Sam Darnold. He gets Stroud. He gets Stroud. I give him Stroud. Come on, Shizzles, man. What is you doing, brother? And breaking news, man. Donald
I will say this is kind of collusionist, though. Fizz drafting for somebody right next to himself.
This is every week. This is every week, man. Only thing I will say is at least he shows up, but he ain't there when he show up. It's like he knocked on the door, I opened it, he left.
He doesn't show up, Fizz. That's the problem.
I'll tell you. Some people call him the GOAT. He's kind of like LeBron. He shows up. You get 3. It's back when the Maverick series. You get 3 quarters out of 4 with LeBron. You know.
Yeah, man.
You don't get the whole time.
Why are you talking smack about the Cleveland legend, man? I don't understand that. LeBron James.
He's going to end up playing more years in his career than for other teams.
I don't care how many years he plays in another city.
Call him a legend,
he brought a championship to Cleveland.
An Akron legend.
No, he didn't play for the Akron Zips, man. He played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Come on.
He's from Akron. Put some respect on the crown.
ATM got a LeBron moment, man. Signature moment in his life. So
you see that smudge right there? Pretty distinguishable. If you can
pretty recognizable smudge.
Yeah.
You're not gonna not get LeBron James autograph.
I would have done the same thing. Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Running backs. I was getting ready to just go crazy. I was gonna say if H.A. and Taylor make it to me, I'll forget y'all. I don't care how many we can start. Play them all.
Drinking it out of a South Harmon glass. Thank you very much for this gift, Adam.
You're welcome. There's a bunch of kids in my house, and I'm not going upstairs, and I need to go get that South Harmon one, though. Missing it.
You can get it at the South Harmon shop, I do believe.
SouthHarmonFF.com. Go ahead, check that out. Yeah, go to the store. Matter of fact, we had someone order one recently. I put the orders through for you,
There you go.
Get in touch with my
mail, baby.
They etch the glass. They etch it in there.
They do. It's laser engraved. It's pretty amazing. And also,
I'm
too,
about to etch my team into the first, easily first by a mile. I see all these little comments out here. Best team.
Patty, you son of a bitch.
Patty, man.
We
gonna talk Herbert for McCarthy. You got to add something else in there, but I need JJ.
Baker.
Oh no, golly.
The
Getting killed out here.
It's
That
getting
one had to
scary.
hurt.
It's getting spooky hours. Spooky hours,
Mhm.
man.
Damn.
Okay. Top 5, dead or alive, huh?
I love that. I wanted to go with my Mayfield Purdy stack, but
Nah, I think Adam might
wasn't
have
in the
went Purdy,
cards.
man. Adam might have took Purdy.
nah. See,
Probably not, but I could respect it,
Adam.
honestly. Let's go.
But bro, I don't think we've ever seen a quarterbacks drop like this, though, Rock. Honestly, I really don't.
It's like, I don't know if it's dropped or it's just a weird order. I don't know. I think Shockwave is rolling with Dart and Shuck as his 2 QBs and is just saying F the rest. That's what it is. So,
I mean, that's your advantages of taking them in the rookie draft, you know?
Adam, don't go Kyler.
Adam looking up ADP, man. He got to go through
We're an anti-Kyler establishment here.
Are we? I'm looking at my spreadsheets. I'm trying to figure out who I want. I think I want Kyler Murray.
No! Oh my lord! All right, well, automatically you're not going to be.
The crazy part, see Fizz and T-Rock. Normally, what I would do when I see a little run on the quarterback position, I don't want to draft them because that means I'm not going to get the top of the tier. However, people took McCarthy, Mayfield, and Purdy ahead of the guys I wanted. So let me get both.
Bro, the tier is falling to you. The tier is falling to you.
Yeah, it was easy, man.
Got the club going up on a Tuesday.
And for me to get Targaryen just because I have BTJ, but he's not my guy. So, and I understand Fizz really likes him quite a bit. Maybe a top 5 this year.
I don't really like him, but I do believe Liam is over there screaming Duval, and he's gonna get the team hype, man.
Duval, except for he don't know how to do it that way. Someone give me the Liam Duval.
I want to put some respect on this guy's name.
Duval.
That was pretty damn good. That was a pretty damn good impression, actually. I hadn't seen it in a while.
Adam, we played that clip so many times, we can do it perfectly now. Duval.
That's so good. God damn.
Man, they set him up for failure with that.
Honestly, so it's funny. I have a little nephew who's 4 now, right? I messed around and he caught me saying Duval one time, telling somebody that didn't know about it. He could say it better than Liam could. I'm positive of
Damn.
that. Yeah.
Also, shout out to Yankee Candle. First time ever. Thanks to D-Bro. Went and got one of these ones. Didn't get his humidor. That's fine.
Shout out D-Bro. I love that. Okay.
Yeah. You got
we had a
Yuzu
candle debate last week, man.
We did. That's where that face now in the Discord, which is, I don't know if it's a sticker or emoji thing. It's my face when Fizz brought out his candles. He got the freaking PBJ and what was that one? It's the orange popsicle.
You know what I got right now, baby. You know what I got right now. Strawberry shortcake, baby. Come on.
Listen, if you never had the strawberry shortcake.
Man, that shit is so sweet. Probably it'd make me sick. I'm sorry about it. I'm not a sweet guy.
I don't know how you think that smell could be that sweet though. I kind of think that's
bro. Honestly, it just smells like a bakery. It smells like you put
it smells like Brock's drinking the bakery. Yeah.
Bro, it smells like you put a Hostess cake in a microwave and then you opened it up and the fumes coming out. That's what it smells like.
Oh my god, what are you doing in your microwave?
I mean, but if you baking the cake a cherry pie, it tastes like it smell like that. Same thing.
Vibes is getting crazy over here. Tell you that. Although the quarterback selection of Herbert is playing right into Fizz's hand. Look how many quarterbacks got drafted since the Herbert selection.
Yeah.
Count them up. That's a lot. Count them up, man. Count that money.
Actually, I kind of love my QB room. I got Ward, Purdy, and Penix. That's pretty awesome. Love that.
Okay. Oh, y'all let my boy come in? Come on, man. Hold up. The club's going up on Tuesday, baby. I'm not going to lie. I think I enjoy picking at the 112, Rock. I think I enjoy it, big dog. You hear me? Can't believe it, baby. I can't believe it. Rock, what I tell you earlier, baby. What I tell you earlier, Rock.
What I tell you? What I tell you? I
London
told
and
you I was
Rome,
going to
baby.
do.
We going sticks and stones, breaking bones, man. That's how we getting down over here at the
Can I-
112.
let me at least get a little foreshadowing credit. What did I say to start the show off?
I
Betting
don't
on the
remember.
Bears to take a big step forward, you got to be betting on the offense and people going higher than they are. Look at this guy. Got Caleb and Rome stack early.
That's
Now what
crazy
about to
work,
do?
baby. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to do this out of my heart. And because I love the people, right? We got to put a little bit of respect on the game and the name, baby. You know how we getting down. This is how we going to
I
do
knew
it.
you were about to do
You know,
that.
Hey, this is how we getting down. Hey, this is a new team. This is a new team, man. Put your $5 in. We creating this league after
Bruh,
this. All right.
A 5? Can I tell you? You talking about what's
No!
crazy work? All that. Justin Fields at the 501 is crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love this team, and I got 4 quarterbacks. I don't even have a team yet, but I love it though.
I mean, can I tell you what you do have though? Honestly,
What's up?
If you one of the things that's underrated about the quarterback horde, and why I think a lot of people don't have the stones to do it, is because everybody wants to contend all the time in Dynasty. Nobody wants to rebuild. The best way to quarterback horde is to rebuild. And right now, what you have is a bunch of value and is not guaranteed to score. You have no running backs yet, right? Willie Marks. Let's not discredit him yet. But you got Woody Marks. You've got nothing else as far as that goes. You could have in the next year, right? You could have a crazy team, and that doesn't even require you to move some of these quarterbacks yet.
Yeah, for real. I mean, because I still got the youth in Buka and Higgins. So them 3 with Rome. Hey, man, I'm just saying, man.
No, I'm just saying. I think that the way you're building, you trying to convince me that you weren't planning to go quarterback horde. Like it's looking real nice over there with that quarterback horde.
But this is what I'm telling you. Every time I'm on this end, it always seems to just happen like that. Like my goal wasn't to get Herbert and Caleb. I didn't think that would be possible. Then it happened. And then Fields is still, you know what I'm saying? Like every time we do this draft, bro, and I'm on this side of the draft, the 110, 111, 112, I always end up with 5 quarterbacks, and I'm just shaking my head like, that wasn't my game plan, but I don't want to let the value pass me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. I think that definitely.
I wanted to take them, Theo, but I couldn't. I had to take Fields, bro. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be making me take a team that I'm not necessarily ready to build.
Shockwave, Josh Jacobs.
All right, Theo, you ain't got to say all that, man. All right. That's all right. You only got Patty, man. You might have to holler at me. You got to throw Smitty in that package of the rest of the quarterbacks that you're trying to get from me, brother. All right.
I don't remember anybody asking Theo.
I don't remember anyone asking you. That's like the worst thing you can say to somebody.
That was mean. I'm sorry, Theo.
I have a lot of feelings, Adam.
What is show me your ... might be the most elite draft name. Like the curiosity of it. You know what I mean?
Right?
For it to line up that way too. Damn.
Yeah, it's getting spooky out here, man. It's
Show me your
spooky,
Tua.
baby.
I don't know about that one.
It's getting spooky, man.
Show me your Tagovailoa. No. What is Patty gonna do? Patty's nervous. He don't even
probably shit his pants.
Yeah, Patty's nervous as hell. You can feel it, man.
Can you feel the tension right now?
Tension, yeah.
See, you know what it is, Fizz? When people don't know what to draft, they just draft our players. That's what it is.
Well, you know how every time I'm on the board, they like, you know what? Let's take his guy. F it, man. But he got the Vikings stack though. I can respect that one with Patty.
All right, Rock, you ready to get Will Shipley?
Hell no, he won't go.
Come on now. Will Shipley looking about ripe right here.
Yeah, there's 2 other guys. I don't want to talk about dudes looking ripe.
My goodness.
Oh my god, 2 dudes looking ripe right here. Yeah.
My goodness. We on live. I love when they in the NBA. Chuckster, we're live.
And look, speaking of NBA, my boy Shiv was putting the chat earlier, man. They fired Thibodeau, man. They fired him after making the Eastern Conference, bro. What the hell?
I saw that. That was crazy,
bro.
They
New
said,
York
listen,
is
you losing to the
ruthless.
Pacers, unacceptable. You gone, my boy. That's it. Very.
I mean, but you shouldn't have been there in the first place. The Knicks ain't
The
never been
vibes
good.
too to go out the way you went out. Like, come on, man. What the helly? I need that. What the helly for that?
I don't watch NBA, so you would have to fill me in. But I assume that they shit their pants. I did see one of the most epic comebacks in like NBA history. In like, what was it, like a minute and a half or 2.5 minutes? They scored like 16 points. So they
rock. But 14 or 15 of them was all 3-pointers. They was hitting everything, bro. That was crazy.
Jeez. Well,
and they was shooting like fadeaways, man. This was like a Disney movie. This wasn't real, bro. It was not real at all.
You can't do anything against a team of destiny. So
okay, all right, Chase. Okay, where you at with James Cook? Because I saw you took Chase Brown.
I'm honestly thinking about it. I'm thinking about getting crazy.
Well, I was asking because of the contract, but I'm just saying, you know,
the contract isn't really the problem.
Okay,
I'm super worried about, especially because they didn't draft one here. I'm gonna do it, man. What the hell?
He's thinking about Adam Thielen as his starting wide receiver, so that's what it is.
He looking at Genty, Gibbs, Bijan.
The thing is, I was looking at the format. I can start all these guys. One, I can start them all, and two, I think they're not being appropriately valued.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just lean into the running backs. I have the ability to trade a bunch away later, and I'll fill the wide receiver position. I felt like the receivers I was going to be drafting there were forcing me into guys that have similar ranges of outcomes to probably what I'm going to have at the 10-11 or the 10-12 and the 11-01. So, fuck it, man. Let's lean into it. You know, give me more running bikes.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not the biggest running back drafter at all, but looking at your team on your end and looking at my team, I like what we're doing on the opposite sides of each other. Even though we kind of aren't forcing each other to make a move because we're not close, but I like what you're doing and what I'm doing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I like how we have total opposite teams, but they seem to be working out.
They're different. One thing about our teams is they're different than the rest of the bunch, you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like our teams stand out, but they're totally opposite on each end of
they're
the
different
field,
yours and mine are very different, but they're also different from probably what the rest of the pack is going to walk away with. I'm not saying that other people don't have good teams. I'm just saying that, like, you're not going to see most people have 5 running backs. Forget the fact that it's a marathon. You're not going to see most people have 5 running backs in the first 9 rounds of a startup, even, you know?
Well, I'm going to say this. We got Blind in the building, man. We appreciate you. Said, can you help a brother out? So we're going to help this brother out, man. He said 12-team, Superflex, start 10, Smitty, AR, or Olave, Pearsall, 26-second. Depends on how you feel about AR, bro.
Well, 12-team Superflex, right? I look at it from this standpoint. I think the Ricky P wild card and the value spike that he presents is honestly we all should know, at least by now, that Anthony Richardson, if he plays well from a fantasy standpoint, is going to have possibly a value spike too. But the second in Pearsall, if you think it's a value spike coming for Pearsall in the season, I could understand going that route. But for me, that's also a pretty cheap way to acquire a quarterback in a Superflex league. So I'm going to take Devontae and AR. That doesn't even bake in the fact that Devontae, to me, is a pretty decent upgrade over Olave based on what the hell they're doing at QB.
I look at it this way: Olave and Pearsall for Smitty and AR for the 26-second. And I would go Smitty and AR for the win.
Yeah, I want the Smitty side too. But I can understand. I can understand if you think Pearsall is really going to have a value spike. But I have a hard time with Olave in trades for the most part at the moment.
Yeah. No, I'm going Smitty and AR Blind. So we appreciate you tapping in, my brother. Kamara. Okay. See what value we got around here, man. I mean, if I didn't have Rome, I would go DJ Moore. But we gonna see what we got popping over here. Any quarterbacks left? No. Okay. All right. The tight end position. Yeah, we'll see. All right.
Man.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie. One of my guys is here that everybody seems to hate, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and roll with him, man. Because why not, right? We're gonna go
player haters
with the cheetah, and he said he's getting his life together. Let's pray that he does do that. But the talent is undeniable, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll with him. And at the running back position, I won't touch it because you know where I'm going, baby, and we're going top 5 dead or alive. Adam, I'm gonna tell you this before I make my pick, because everybody should know what the pick is. I'm gonna tell you this, Adam, before I make this pick. I don't know if you're ready for this, but you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 tight end of all time. cow pits, cow pits, cow pits, cow pits, cow pits. And we spit hot fire. You feel me? That's how we going. That's how we getting down. So we going cow pits right here, baby. Cow pits.
Ooh. There's hot takes, and there's that. I love it.
Demonic.
That's iconic. I will say you solidified yourself for sure as different. I don't know if in a good way, but
Well, I say this: if I had a chance of him coming back to me, I wouldn't have taken him. But I know everybody in this draft on this next ain't gonna take him just to troll me, even if they don't want him, because it's a mock draft. So I gotta get him right here because I gotta stand on my word and I gotta take my guy.
Were you sad to find out that they won't be trading him this year?
Oh, they said that? I thought he was still in talks.
They said they want a second round pick, I think, which to me at this point, people if they're sending a second, he would have already.
And then I hear a report about Donnell Mooney is going to get uptick in target. So what are you doing here, man?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you saw. Have you guys seen the splits Mooney with Penix and with Cousins? Penix and Cousins. When Penix came in, is like you don't even see that dude. It's crazy,
bro. That's my point. When I read the report that Mooney's supposed to see an uptick in targets, Mooney was gone to the moon when Kirk Cousins left.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. I think Kirk Cousins was getting fed or overthrown anyway. I don't think they really want to throw the ball 50 times a game like they had Kirk doing.
Well, they didn't really have another option. I think for Kirk, it was just a panic thing. Like, number one, just the easiest to see. So just throw it to him, because he didn't want to get hurt again. He was getting pressure, and that dude can't move. He could not. I think
Bijan is and should be the vocal point of this offense. As much as I love Drake London, to help Michael Penix, I think Bijan needs to be a Saquon A- type guy. He needs 20 touches of the ball every game, 20 plus. And use your workhorse while you got him, man. I like the fall at A-Rich right here. I like that pick, Patty, man. That was a good.
He needed a. Oh, never mind.
No, you got JJ and Lawrence.
I'm looking at the Jackson. I thought that was his team.
I honestly think he might have made it back to him though, but I like the pick though.
I will say, wow, that's a good take. I was going to take him at the turn, but it's all right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he took him where he needed to. I'll give
exactly.
You that, Patty.
Yep.
Damn it, Patty. Damn it.
That was a good one.
Off like that.
Man.
Now I'm gonna be honest though. I always gotta give a breakdown when I take picks because I know I always gotta justify it, which I don't, but I will. Cortland Sutton was definitely right there for me to make a move on. So I'm not gonna lie. Cortland Sutton is a guy. Every draft, I gotta get him, man, and he was kind of high on my board right there, where I was picking at.
Let me tell you something. He wasn't high enough. Should have took him over Pitts.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. If I was to really, really not have to take Pitts the way I know I got to take him, Cortland Sutton would have been the pick. That's what I'm saying.
Word. Okay, fair. All right, y'all. So at this point, let's go ahead and let's lean into it, man. Yeah.
No one left. Leave some of these RBs for us. Oh, whatever. An old man and a hurt man.
That's a good stack. I know ATM. He's going to take that Godwin, man. You know, I didn't expect him to fall back to me anyway, but I always know now, whenever ATM is in the building, I got to get my praise on so God can bless me before he goes to the ATM, man.
There you go. I mean, it's tough. It's tough out here, but like, if you're to me, Godwin, like the risk reward for where he's being drafted is pretty reasonable. I mean, if he doesn't come back from the injury well, I'm gonna
be honest, bro. Where he's going right now, if we had the guarantee that he would get back to form, he's going 2 rounds higher.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. For sure.
So that's why I think it's worth the risk. Like where you took him, he wouldn't, he could have went maybe 4 or 5 picks early and I wouldn't have looked at you crazy. So
yeah, I felt like at that point it was kind of
for sure.
I had to do it,
For sure. Rock, how you feel about Devontae Adams being gone before you? I know that's your guy, man. You ain't say nothing when it happened. You talked about Sutton, but you ain't said nothing about Adams, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I had my heart breaking about 8 times in this
You
past
definitely
round.
did.
So
That's why I'm asking.
it sucked.
Hey, bro,
You want to
got
know how it
pieces.
felt? It
You got
felt
pieces of
like
your heart on the
shit.
ground.
T-Rock
God.
like a Marian out here, man. He got that icebox in there,
Nah, T-Rock icebox is melting, man. His heart is breaking right now, bro.
He got the
It
icebox where
is.
his heart used to be,
But it's okay. I got Matthew Pafford to throw to my Puka Nakua, so it don't matter.
He
I will
got
say
Becky
this.
icebox where his heart used to be right now.
You got better luck of seeing a dragon, my guy. Dragon
Oh.
chaser. Look at this. You gonna get if this is true, you gonna get that dragon you've been chasing for sure.
Come on, Dragon, man. How you feeling about that, Playboy? I ain't feeling that one, man. Hey, listen, if Zach Wilson can still get a job, man, A-Rich should be all right, man.
Can I just tell you though, from the Colts, the standpoint of the Indianapolis Colts, I just don't understand. Like, if you thought you were drafting A-Rich and he's going to come in and be a guy that's producing in the NFL from day one and be super polished as a passer, that's not what he is. You drafted a project quarterback at 3, and then when it's time to do the project, you're like, no, I don't want to do this project. Fuck that project. Here, T-Rock, I need you to do the project. I ain't putting no work into this project. Like, to me, it was draft malpractice, personally. Like, if you're drafting a project that high, to see what's going on with him, in my estimation, I'm not surprised. We would all like to see him perform better. There's no question he hasn't at times looked really rough, but that's what a project quarterback is, rough.
So I'm gonna ask you this, Adam. Now that you brought him up, this is
I didn't bring him up. Dragon Chaser brought him up.
Well, this is our love landing spot for everybody, almost every position, every player. If, let's just say, for whatever reason, it don't work out in Indianapolis, we know the guy just got a contract over in the team I'm about to speak on. Do we think Sean McVay could turn A-Rich around if he got him and let him sit behind Stafford for a year and a half?
Hell no.
I mean,
he can't fix his passing.
He that broken?
His passing is.
I think guys like A-Rich that are super inconsistent passers. I think that's the one thing about him. He will throw some of the best. Go back to week 1. That throw against the NFL might be the best throw of the year. Now, you're going to see plenty of horrific throws. I'm not saying he's a good passer, but he's inconsistent. I think the best way, to get those guys feeling better is to draw up a scheme where they get a lot of completions, almost like getting a guy to go to the free throw line and see the ball go in. I think I don't know that you can I don't know that you can truly fix A-Rich's passing overall, but I think teams putting, for example, Steichen right now, if you just look at the way they're using A-Rich, they're pushing the ball downfield a ton. So if you have a guy that's kind of inaccurate and you're asking him to make a lot of deep throws, to me, while sure, he does have a big arm, I don't think that's the best way to build his confidence and to get everybody on the team feeling like things are going and humming. I feel like that's part of the issue right now.
They're making Alec Pierce the focal point of the offense. That's not a good recipe.
It's certainly not Adonai Mitchell, who ain't seen the field, but that's it's a discussion for another day.
Or Michael Pittman, who people were really high on too. Yeah,
Fizz, I think that somebody will, if they see the talent and that they see that they can try to fix that. I think somebody that's a good coach might get a chance to revitalize his career if there's one to be had. I don't know. It might just be a flat line.
He's too much of a physical freak. I also love that pick right there, Njoku Fizz.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Now, that sounded sus. He's too much of a physical freak. I'm not gonna lie. I love that.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because when I took Pitts, bro, he would have made it to me right here, but nobody would have let him do it. Somebody would have took him from me. But no tight end went other than Andrews right there, bro. So it's like, damn, man, why y'all be doing me so dirty, man? It's dirty out here, man.
It is.
Now I'm not gonna lie.
This is the very much of the tight ends don't matter range of the draft, but that's not
for sure. Now my receiving room is pretty cool. I like Shakir right here. I like Keon, but I don't have a running back either. And I like Tracy and I like Aaron Jones, man. But since we young, we're gonna stick with the young. I got the QB hoard. Let's go, my boy Keon, man.
Darquez Hunter. Keon Coleman, yeah.
We're gonna go Keon, man. We're gonna go Keon.
I'll tell you one thing, man. All that talking to make that pick.
Yeah. But
I love Keon though. Honestly, I'm pulling for Keon. I really am. But damn,
what do you love about him, Adam? I don't love him.
I love his personality. I mean, I'm rooting for the kid.
Man, they don't
Personality's
score
amazing.
no fantasy points, but I guess you know what? If you love the guy, you love the guy. That's fine.
Damn.
This
Hey,
is the
bro,
vibes
You know
channel.
what's crazy? You know, love,
Hold up, man.
love
Shout
a
out
lot of
Bro
times
Brian
doesn't
for
make
that
sense.
Ingram
All
pick.
right.
Sheesh.
That is true. That is true.
Wait, I'm sorry. There's a lot going on at once. Fizz, what was that?
Nah, shout out Bro Brian. I forgot all about Evan Ingram, bro. It was because he wasn't even on the list. He was like down further. You got to go.
I was gonna
down
say
and
you
go
should have
find him.
forgot about him because there's a lot of other tight ends out there.
It is, but I feel like
What's
he
up,
might not
bro,
have came
Brian?
back
I'm
to
just
him.
playing, man.
He might not have came back to him, but I'm saying we at the point now, like you said, tight end. Go get your guy, man. And if you betting on
No, that's fair. For sure.
Ingram over Jonnu and Kincaid and Likely, I don't mind that at all.
Mhm.
I was pumping Ingram last offseason.
Oh my god, that was the most no Diddy of all time. You were what with him?
I was pumping him. I didn't say no Diddy either. You said no Diddy. I said it like I meant it. Pumping him.
Stop.
Ah.
Huh?
Oh wow! Hit that one again.
Oh my god.
Hey yo, one hit wonder right now.
That was
Hey,
It
man.
ain't been so nice to my boy, my ball.
Shout out the vibes, man. Shout out the vibes, man. We have a good time, man. We appreciate y'all enjoying this entertainment we got going on.
Hey, sometimes when the camera's right there in the right spot, it was looking hella nice though.
Stop.
Not the camera, man.
I'm gonna keep leaning in the
Not the cameraman. Oh my lord. And you're just drinking Alani. You don't even have any of that Sazerac port, are you? That's just
No,
you.
I am. Well, this is shout out to Red Bull, but
Oh, I thought that was an Alani. My bad.
it's okay. It's one of the ones that you don't see as often. It's the summer, you know. Nah, I'm drinking the Sazerac. As a matter of fact, here, my cup is empty, but I'll just do for the vibe. Can I do this for the vibes, y'all? This is a handle, all right. This is a big boy. Pause. No Diddy. Straight from the bottle though. I don't want to keep pouring it back in there.
Damn, okay. My boy said he gonna do it big, man. Hold up, man. He got the club going up on Tuesday.
Listen, this one right here, though, for me, is like, I don't know. It's something about Sazerac. It's a little different. It's just, there's no wrong time to drink Sazerac.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the biggest Shakir fan, but I'm kind of surprised to see him slide all the way and go this far.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little heartbroken. I was ready for him to slide about 3 picks.
I mean, I'm not
was
gonna
going to
lie,
complete this wide receiver weight gain that I had.
Yeah, if I wasn't a Keon fan, I would have taken him there. But the fact that he slid that way is crazy.
T-Rock, what happened? Jordan Mason?
I panicked.
You want to talk about it? Oh, okay. All right. Then you don't want to talk about it. That's fine.
Damn, that's tough.
That is tough. But can I tell you, if you don't get Shakir,
get this the next guy that plays in Las Vegas.
get Jacoby Myers. Just
yeah.
Hey, thank you, bro. Because I'm tired of people saying Jacoby this, Jacoby that. Man, Jacoby.
Listen, there has not been a time when I said Jacoby Myers pause that it was cool ever. I put him on, I think the first Money Moves ever that released back in 2023. Nobody gave a shit. I put him on we were doing like buy candidates mid-season last year in New York. They were killing me for bringing up Jacoby Myers. I'm pretty sure you go back and look, he's the best name of the bunch we talked about. He had a great season to finish last year too.
Bro, Jacoby Myers is the same way I love Juwan Jennings. He's in a packed, crowded receiver room. Jacoby Myers has no worries at all other than Brock Bowers. But as a receiver, he's locked in, bro. Good to go. Pete Carroll and my boy, the lovely Eagles coach who pretty much sold the team once he became the coach. He's going to make sure that offense is booming with his guys, and I believe Jacoby is going to be one of them guys. Well, I don't like saying his name, bro, because, you know, it's – oh, look at Rock.
Because saying his name would be kind of sus.
Hey, Rock going to end the draft the way he wanted. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. I really – you know what's crazy? I almost went all the way down on the timer. I wanted to take Will Shipley so bad just to mess with Rock, but I was like, you know what? I also need to mess with Fizz and let him know that you never going to get me to bend the knee. I will quarterback hoard and make people pay the prices, but you will never get me to bend the knee on the quarterback hoard. Not happening, Fizz. So start talking to me and not your kid, all right? It's time to talk to me, Playboy.
Well, I don't know about that, Adam. I don't think anyone's going like stumbling over themselves to trade for Russell Wilson, but that's fine. I did leave Jacoby Myers to you. I appreciate you leaving Shipley to me. That was a nice little handshake.
I'm not saying I'm hoarding.
Right
I'm saying
there.
I'm not. He gives me a quarterback 3 that I can just use for now. I'm not paying up for one of his quarterbacks. He's got the hoard going.
Well, maybe you can have Pathy Pafford for me when Kyler Murray gets hurt or Jordan Love.
Man,
I will say your auto accept trade block makes me leery that we could get anything done, but you can always talk, you know.
Sure.
Fizz, what's up?
My boy Jackson said 103 wasn't a fun spot, man. He ain't feeling his team right now.
Jackson, I'm sorry, man. What happened?
That's what happens when you go T. Higgins or CMC over QB, man.
Well, that's what happens when you pick behind Adam and T-Rock, bro. Sometimes it's, you know.
Well,
and Patty Mills knows what he's doing too.
Yeah.
He picked in between 3 guys.
Man. You got surrounded.
Yeah, you were sandwiched right in between 2 guys. Pause. You know, so it was. I will also say the Brock Bowers pick. Right when you take out, I really believe this. If you look at your team, unless it falls the way you want, taking Bowers at either round 1 of a startup or in this case round 4 of the marathon, it's like a luxury pick before you know if you have the luxury to draft Brock Bowers, in my opinion. So like now you look and you're like, damn, what could I have taken instead of Brock Bowers?
Yeah.
Maybe Jackson's like, no, that's the one person on my team I really love though. So it's all good if that's the case.
I'm not gonna lie, man. It's a lot of value still left on this board, bro. Like
for sure.
I mean, we only 13 rounds in, but I'm just saying.
I mean, because I think Kyle Pitts would still be available right now.
Nah, he wouldn't. Trust me.
Go for it, Fizz.
No, I was gonna say in real life, yeah, but in our mocks, no.
Nah. Adam, how many have you done any startups so far this offseason? New leagues?
I have.
Who
he did the one with us.
The most?
I was about to say, damn, like I'm out here just.
Yeah, Rob, you forgot he was in the league with us.
Well,
you're in it. But,
not everybody in the chat knows about it. I'm trying to play the part right here. That's all.
Right. That's a really nice try to pivot out.
Get the men in black in.
Yeah.
Come on, Shizzle,
I'm not trying to show behind the curtain, but yeah, Adam, who have you drafted the most in your startups this year? Who do you want to draft more of in your future startups?
So I got you know, one of the things, honestly, right now, which is tough for me, is I always have to turn down startups because I have to try to keep my leagues in a manageable range for myself the way I want to play. And I would love to do a bunch of more startups. I've done one.
What's that number? Like 12, 15?
Total leagues right now? I'm at 18 or 19. I'm trying to keep it in the 20 range and lower, but I'm probably going to end up being – I think there's going to be 2 more that I get it into this offseason. And players that I would like to get more, I think if I'm looking at the current draft as like market,
what we able to see?
Fizz, I think, took him at a spot which
my boy Cup
again where I'm probably going to end up taking Rome in most of the drafts unless he just goes earlier than I expect him to. Rome is the way I view it, and I think it's kind of where you're comfortable and how you play the game. To me, Rome is the one receiver in the range that he's going that if he and again, betting on the Bears offense is if they take a big step forward, I think Rome is going to be one of the better receivers in the game. The
main beneficiary there.
And he, I think in that scenario, is going to be viewed as a top like look where JSN is, but just imagine JSN was drafted at 8.
Yeah.
I think he's a top. I think the risk and reward favors the reward more because at this range, you're drafting him closer to wide receiver 20, and you got a guy that could be valued as a top 10 receiver that's got top 10 draft capital and is attached to a really good offense. And I just don't think people understand how few that list is. Guys in a top 10 draft pick attached to a really good offense.
If all things break right, he can be in the Nico, London, Ladd, AJ Brown, Marvin Harrison tier.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I would argue that if it goes well, he could be ahead of Marv depending on what Marv does this year.
I agree. Yeah. I saved Marv for last in that when I was listing them out just because, I do hope that Marv also has a much better year, but I mean, I have both of them in fade, you know that. So I hope both of them have a better year this year, and we get all the wide receivers we can possibly get. And in fantasy football, we need as many as we can get.
Well, wait, say that again. Hold on, what was that?
This Baker's is starting to hit me. We need to keep going,
Okay,
guys.
let's keep
There
going.
we go.
Yeah,
All right.
there you go.
Yeah. So now that the draft is over, we locked in. We went this marathon, man, and we got to continue it. We're gonna go ahead, let ATM go with the first team. We always skip our team, save our teams for last.
Dragon Chaser's out here now. He's out here slandering. He's talking about A-Rich and Walmart. Now, this is actual lies. You go to the lab, see what's cool, Dragon Chaser. I'll show you this little place called the Lab. THE-LAB.SouthHarmonFF.com. You can see the top. I put a video out on Dylan Sampson is at the top of my list, and then it would be followed by Rome, JSN, A-Rich. So let's fight, Dragon Chaser. You and me. Let's go outside parking lot now.
There we go.
Catch me outside.
Just playing.
Well, we're gonna let Adam. We're gonna let Adam kick off the first team, and we'll
okay,
just give our thoughts. But we're gonna save our teams for last. So since you guys went first, my boy Jackson, who doesn't like the 103, we'll let Adam go ahead and let him know why maybe it might not be so bad, and then we'll finish up and keep on going.
So
from there.
We're gonna start at Jackson. Go.
You started Jackson. Yeah, we'll let you kick it off, and me and Rock can kind of help you out.
Let's take a look here. When I look at his team, I think when you're not drafting a receiver until the T. Higgins range, to me that means the rest of your team better be like, I would say, more stacked. And I like Baker, but as quarterback one, I'm okay with it. I don't feel like you're stacked. And then right now, I mean, you don't have a quarterback two guaranteed to start at all, right? And then you got Barkley and Hampton and McCaffrey. So I just think maybe it's because of the pick and where you had the different selections. I don't really love this team, to be frank. And he kind of already alluded to that in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't really love it all that much either. But
I'm about to say, I'm gonna be honest.
You gonna defend it?
I didn't want to kind of powder dirty clothes on the hamper, but I would just say, I think when he took Hampton and he took Barkley and when he took Bowers, that was a strong, very strong start. But when he got Baker, it was another strong start. But then if he would have took Lawrence or Goff over T. Higgins, I believe we'd be talking about a whole different team. But just taking T right there changed the whole strategy, I think, and kind of really took him out of that contention, having Barkley and Baker and a Hampton up top. So yeah, you kind of faded the black man towards the end, bro. And I mean, solid foundation, but not having that second quarterback, man, is real tough to look at right now. But
Will Howard's going to be starting for the Steelers sooner rather than later, so that's probably the belief there.
Fizz is trying to hype you up and gas you up just so you can come trade
man,
for his quarterback.
My boy 3 episodes in, man. I'm trying to show him some love, Jack, man. We got you, man. But
Jack, he's just trying to hype you up so that you'll come, stop by his shop of quarterbacks later.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You will be probably offering me Barkley for a quarterback or something like that, because that's the only way it's probably going to end up working. But yeah, bro,
there's a 150% chance of that guy getting hurt. Are you sure you want to do that, Fizz?
Oh damn. Well, I say he's gonna offer. I didn't say I was gonna accept it. He's gonna offer.
That's true.
That's fair.
I say he's gonna offer it. So
all right, what about Patty?
Yeah, but shout out, Jack, man. We appreciate you, Playboy. Patty, he's trying to win the natty with this team. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off with Patty. And he got Travis Hunter. He got the 2 tight ends that pretty much fell to him, and they was great picks. Then he went goat shopping and ended up with a lamb. He went and got the sun god, St. Brown, got my dog JJ, and then he go get Trevor Lawrence, who Rock. I said earlier, the man might be top 5, man. We talked about that earlier. So for him to get JJ and Trevor, he definitely watched the show this morning, man. So shout out to my boy. Then he got the Addison stack with Kittle, who is possibly the tight end 1 if Brock Bowers, for whatever reason, missed a couple of weeks. Kittle was.
That's what I was just going to say. So, Fizz, envision this, right? So, based on how this draft went, you could have taken Kittle at the 903, right? And this is where I would talk with the team prior. Like, if you tell me that Kittle goes there instead of Worthy, and at the 410, you're taking whatever your pick of quarterback is, or the following pick, Barkley, instead, right? You could still take Bowers maybe instead of Barkley, then you take.
Mhm.
I think
Bo Nix or Patty
that's
or
where you
something
could
like that.
see the scenario of where I was talking about. I think when you take Bowers without knowing you're afforded the luxury, to me that's the problem because you didn't have the luxury of taking Bowers there. So, and that's where Kittle's such a great pick. You forget the fact that you took 2 tight ends in the rounds.
I just say
there.
this:
You can wait on those guys now.
If you do say it that way, you say that Bowers, you can make it a luxury if you just say, look, I got Bowers, but I can't play around with the next one. I gotta get quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I think getting Barkley, you was just playing with fire and you got burned, you know?
Sure. Well, that's what I'm saying. Once you start doing that, you can't continue to take luxury picks when you've already taken Bowers.
But honestly, the Higgins thing, like I said, Lawrence was right there. That could have pretty much sewed in the open wound
For sure.
per se.
And back to Patty Mills' team though, if I wasn't in the position where I take Genty at 101, like if I was in his position, this is the type of team I love still drafting in startups.
100%.
I think running backs are going up higher because it makes sense, right? They scored very well last year, and a lot of receivers got hurt more than we normally see in a year. But this team right here just has a bunch of very good value in the right positions, right? You have Travis Hunter, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Addison. I think if you feel like this team is ready to go,
to him too. Crazy.
Right. If you feel like this team is ready to go, running backs typically that are going to be able to find you can find a way to buy running back points still the cheapest by and large of all the positions. So having this type of build in a startup is perfect because remember we don't have to set lineups yet.
And I'm gonna be honest, the kind of back what you said about the running backs. When you look at your team, which you're gonna talk about later, but the way your strategy went, maybe you do take a Kittle if you just weren't trying to hold in on trying to figure out this. That's what mocks are for, right? So you having the running back room you have, it kind of forced you to go Brown and Cook because I just want to see what this looks like and will it work if I ever did it in real life. So you kind of held on to a strategy more so than, man, maybe I could take Kittle right here, and you know what I'm saying? So I think what he did was take the best value at the value, and it fell right to him at every spot. And even the A-Rich thing, like you said, he wouldn't even made it back to him then. So secure Patty right now, bro, outside of all the other teams we didn't talk about, I mean, it's only one team, but you definitely got 101 team right now, championship bound for sure. I don't know what Rock got to say about it, but you on the money on this one, Patty.
I feel like I've recovered and composed myself from the Bakers now. I want to go back to this conversation we're talking about with Brock Bowers. I mean, I feel like I've looked at quite a bit of warp. I know we're in tons of different leagues with tons of different settings, but I feel like in a 2-point tight end premium, Brock Bowers, I mean, last year he's scoring more than any other skill position. So to say that that's I don't know, what was the word you used, Adam?
A luxury pick.
A luxury pick. I mean, if he's scoring more than anyone that's not a QB, why is that necessarily a luxury pick? I mean, should we look at, because of what he has done, which has never been done before, is perform like an elite wide receiver? So, I mean, isn't he getting what warp would dictate to get?
Are you actually wanting me to answer? Or is that are you asking me a rhetorical question, or do you want me to answer?
No, I am. No, I'm interested in knowing because I don't necessarily agree with your stance on it being a luxury pick.
Yeah, you framed it that way for sure. I get that part. I just want to know if you want me to answer. To answer, because I can win in fantasy, just because Brock Bowers has very high tight end warp, or not even at the tight end. Just because he has high warp doesn't mean that I can't build my team out to not have a tight end and still have really good players all around that. To me, the tight end position, knowing there's only one of them, is still, even in those type of formats where it's really high, which, by the way, is this for sure a 2-point tight end premium that we play in here?
Yeah, 2-point, yep.
Okay, that part I did not know. But even then, I still would rather wait on the tight end position. I still think there's a lot of, even in that format, really high skill players where when you draft Brock Bowers, here's what, let me put it like this, T-Rock. If I take Bowers, can I get Tucker Kraft to still give me top 5 to 8 production at the tight end spot in the 12th round? Guys that are not even drafted here, I think could give you top 8 production at the tight end position. That's going to be really hard to find at any other position that later on.
That's true. It just depends on the impact that those tight ends make compared to a Brock Bowers, though. that is competing with the Lambs, the Chases, and the Malik Neighbors as far as the amount of points you're going to get. So
yeah, I guess the simple way would be the way you roster construct. I think even in high tight end premium leagues, roster construct around not having a tight end position that's really good.
Because you would be going those Malik Neighbors or Jamar Chases with that first round pick.
For example, my team, if it hits, my team is going to have really high running back scoring warp, and I can just find a way to get different type of tight end production. So I guess that's the reason I say it in this format even still.
Well, I appreciate that. That's a very good answer. I didn't think about just the roster construction. I think sometimes I can get so honed in on just warp and, you know, how good Brock Bowers did last year and how many points he scored. But when you think about roster construction and what you can also do later on in the draft, I think that's a really great point.
Thank you.
Anything else you guys say about Patty Mills, Rock, before we go to show me? If not, you start off with show me. Show me your dot.
Show us yours.
Patty did a very good job. So good job, Patty. Show me. You got what is it? T-Mac, Trey Harris, Harold Fannin. Those are all good guys. Those are pretty good. Malik Neighbors could be the wide receiver one, by the end of next year. So that's a great pick. Then he pulled out Bo Nix out of nowhere, going ahead of Patrick Mahomes. That is the highest I think we've ever seen Bo Nix. That is the QB6 in this draft. So that's pretty wild right there.
The highest. I think it's the lowest Pat Mahomes went, and that's what helped Bo be there.
We've never. I don't think we've ever seen Bo Nix QB6.
I think that's what T-Rock was saying. I think we've never seen him go this high relative to the quarterbacks, right?
We've never seen him at QB6. We've never seen him at the 205. Has
he never gone to the 205 either? I haven't seen those, all of your guys's.
Yeah. He's never gone this high. So that's one hell of a pick. I love Bo Nix, just not that much. Garrett Wilson, that's a great pick. We got Justin Fields, in New York, giving him passes there. So hopefully Garrett Wilson can finally have a breakout season, finally have a top. Has he never had a top 12 season, or he finally had one last year? I think last year was his first one.
We talked about this morning, bro. I don't think he has yet.
That's wild.
What was that?
Garrett Wilson, has he had a top 12 fantasy season yet?
No,
has he broken out finally? Adam?
Last year, I think in Warp he was, but I don't think points per game finish he was. I'll check while you keep going, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Rashee Rice. Oh man. Rashee Rice, probably nothing's going to happen to him legally. And I think the main hurdle he has now is coming back from a major knee injury. But so, wheels up for him. Tua, he's going to be stuck in the maze for half the year. So I don't love that pick. And that's your only other quarterback. So good luck with that, Joe. Zay Flowers is a fantastic, especially in best ball, wide receiver 3. And I do really like the way that he ended the draft. I think the way he ended the draft was probably better than the way he started the draft. Just the value he got at David Montgomery. Swift, after seeing Maddie's video today talking about Swift, and he's been so high on him all offseason. Man, I'm finally coming around on Swift. So absolutely love that. Tucker Kraft is, he's going to have plenty of tight end 1 weeks throughout the year. He's just not super consistent. He's pretty boom or bust. But in best ball, that's what you want. And Zach Charbonnet. So probably one of the best RB2s in the league. Overall, I don't really like this team. I'm sorry about it. Just lots of picks that I just would not have made.
So you had me
at the certain spots that he had.
Green light, man. What the hell?
Well, one thing I wanted to say with Garrett Wilson, and I think last year with all the attrition at the receiver position, kind of the reason I wasn't sure. Points per game, 18th in the league. But because of all the attrition, like he stood the test of time, if you will, because a lot of injuries. He was actually wide receiver 10.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I think he snuck in overall. Yeah.
Yeah. So put some respect on his name.
That must have been like a week 17, 18 like bump, because I know a lot of guys, especially remember Adams, when Adams was there, Garrett wasn't really cooking until late. Like he started getting hot later on.
So check this out. Wide receiver 26, week 17. Wide receiver 50, week 18.
Oh,
Wide
shit,
receiver
never mind.
46, week 16.
Never mind.
Garrett
That
just
dropped him.
He just ate. He just really ate before the trade. If you look, though, Garrett Wilson from weeks 10 on, wide receiver 42, 67, 54, 18, 24, 46, 26, 50.
So
yeah,
I'm thinking about
had
his
a really
last,
damn good season. I'm
thinking about his last couple of performances. Yeah, I got you.
You know, it also helps too. You know, Joe Burrow, he was number 1 in pass attempts. You know who was second in the league in pass attempts last year?
The man that doesn't have a team right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers had 584 pass attempts. Joe Burrow had 652, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, his old ass was passing the ball a hell of a lot last year. So, but no, yeah, I'm sorry about this team.
Well, I say this. I go to Show Me, and then Adam, I let you close out so you go to Shockwave and start off with that one. My biggest problem with the team is I love everything with the top, maybe even up to Garrett Wilson, right? The problem is, though, Rice. When you took Rice, I think only having Bo, knowing that you have already Tech, Trey, Neighbors, and Garrett Wilson, I don't think you needed to take Rice. I think if you would have took a Dak or a Goff and just solidified your QB2, you wouldn't have had to take Tua. You could have had Addison and then Zay if you felt like doing that. And that would have changed this whole team around for me. Just those 1 or 2 moves of passing on Rice for a quarterback, and then, or even a Justin Fields, right? Dak, Goff, Justin Fields, and then coming back and getting an Addison and a Zay or a Kittle. Well, not Kittle went, but I'm just saying, you know, switch Rice out for a QB and Tua for one of the receivers. We got a whole different team here, and I would love everything else after that. So I think that middle part of your draft is what threw the whole team off to me, and I think that could cost you a playoff spot or a playoff win, unfortunately, if I was to say so.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can at least see the reasoning too on the other side would be like if you are very bullish on him being the wide receiver 1 again in KC and think he's going to be able to recover off the injury pretty well. I mean, if Rice is in production sooner than later, closer to the Garrett Wilson sides, the top 10 receivers, I think it would be. I basically think you basically planted your flag, and if Rashee Rice hits, you're going to end up looking nice. If not, if he's kind of more of a wide receiver 2, you're going to end up hating that for sure. Because Tua, basically by having to draft Tua, you take on the risk of Tua Tagovailoa. If something happens to him, you could be looking at needing a quarterback just as bad as Jackson does. So I'm with it. Shockwave's team goes Jackson Dart, Tyler Shuck. So the crazy part is you take Jackson Dart at 106 as early as you could, and you're going to probably get a starting quarterback in the second round of your rookie draft, which is kind of crazy. Elijah Arroyo, following up that with Jefferson, Nico, Jonathan Taylor, Dak Prescott, Jacobs, Hubbard, then getting hopefully one more year or maybe even a little more. Might be able to sneak a little more production out of Adams, Geno, Tyrone Tracy, Travis Kelce.
There's one of them teams right here.
Honestly, man, I think Shockwave did a really good job as far as I think roster construction wise, it makes a lot of sense. You're thin at receiver so far.
I wish you would have took Shakira over Tracy, and this team would be a diamond.
No, Jacoby Myers with the Geno stack.
Or Jacoby. I'm just saying, other than Tracy, because
either one.
You got JT, Jacobs, and Chuba. Just any receiver that went behind him over Tracy, that would have been a dime. You could put a star target on this team. I got it.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. I think regardless, it's a really nice looking team. And I think like sneakily, we're looking at a team that I would say on paper doesn't look like a quarterback horde, but we could be looking at the second half of the season, certainly the final third of the season. You're looking at having 4 starting quarterbacks, and that's another chip to bring starters to this team. I think when you get to wait until the 6th round, which would be here, what is that, the 3rd round, but knowing you've already drafted 2 quarterbacks and to take Jonathan Taylor there, see, when he took that, I was a little unsure. But then when he comes back and you're still able to get Dak, I'm like, all right, you're looking nice, because Jonathan Taylor as your running back 1, honestly, production wise, there's nothing to tell me that couldn't eat or surpass. Look at how good he was in the back half of the season when they were really running the football. He was a league winner. He might have the best running back of all of our bunches, and I just had to take Genty, Gibbs, and Bijan really early.
Yeah,
I like his team. I like his team a lot.
Yeah. No, I I got preached between him and Patty Mills. Those are definitely two of the top bills so far for sure.
Yeah, he's in the contender, not a pretender, in my estimation.
Yeah.
Fizz, Adam, are you guys worried a little bit about Tyrone Tracy this upcoming year? He had the fumbling issues last year, and they drafted Cam Scatterbo. Do you think he's gonna? I mean, he had 1,100 yards rushing last year. He still did pretty good, but I don't know what to feel about Tyrone Tracy.
I feel about him. I don't think this team's going to be all that great. I don't think the scoring opportunities are going to be that good. I don't feel that great about either of them, honestly. In year one,
yep, I'm with you.
This coming up season.
Yeah,
I don't mind Tracy though, but I don't think the Giants are going to be all that good anyway. So
the one positive I will say is that if there is light, it's to say that the offense is better than expected, and that just look at the splits with Andrew Thomas on playing football when he's not playing football. Andrew Thomas is a beast, absolute dog. The team, as bad as they were 2-3 for the first 5 games. Like they won one game.
I think they're going to surprise some teams just because I think their defense could be top 10 or 5 this year. I think they're going to surprise some teams with how good they are in defense. So
interesting.
It's going to keep them in games.
Interesting.
All right. Well, Theo, Rock, you let us know about Theo. Then
okay.
Wait, I'll let you do this. Nah, you know what? Let me go Theo, because he always stealing my damn players, man. I'm gonna talk to Theo. I gotta holler at Theo, man.
They weren't. I think they were. I think people don't realize they were a lot better and when they had Andrew Thomas than when they didn't. By the way, the Giants without Andrew Thomas are 3-18 since they've drafted him. So there's
it's kind of weird. A team that picked in the top 3 weren't good last year. That's pretty surprising.
Is that how that math works?
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
All right, go ahead, my guy.
But Theo, man, we holler at Theo. He took Travian Henderson right there, and we talked about the Junkins thing. He got Tyler Warren, which is the latest I think we've seen Tyler Warren, especially in the 2-point premium league.
Yeah.
Got Dylan Sampson, which honestly, that's usually where Adam takes him in the 3rd round. Higher is like around where he was picking. So I was kind of surprised. Not that he took Kyle Williams, that was a good pick, but usually Adam just taking Dylan Sampson.
He was the literal next person after Kyle Williams in my queue.
I'm hip. I already know. So to see him get him there was a great pick.
For sure.
For sure. And then he comes with Chase. To get Pat Mahomes right here is just criminal, bro. I've never seen Pat go this far in any draft. And if you didn't take him right there, I would look at you crazy, especially not having the QB so far. So getting Patty, then he got A-Chan and Bucky, and he just triple, double, quadruple tap the receiver position, all probably A1 guys with Smitty, Pickens, DJ Moore, Jennings, and then Debo to kind of put the icing on the cake. And I don't mind that in a best ball whatsoever. Got Sam Darnold, though, is his number 2 quarterback right now. So if I had to say, maybe could have possibly, I don't know, man, because I know you only got 1 quarterback. Let's just say, and Pat and Sam is a 0.5 quarterback. He's still a starter, right? So I'm gonna give you a little bit of love that you have at least a starting quarterback currently. But with your receiving room and the running backs you have, sometimes, man, we all don't get the quarterback. So when you don't get them and you got a chance to just get other value, because you even thank me for passing on Smitty and you figure out a way to make it work. I don't mind it, bro. I know we all preach get your quarterback and do this, but if you don't like the quarterback that's available, don't take him and go get the other guy you want. So I don't mind this team at all, even with Sam Darnold being his number 2 quarterback.
And it's when it's week 12 or 14, and you're gonna wish that you got that freaking quarterback. I can tell you that.
Well, dude, here's what I will say.
Well,
about
maybe
it,
he
right?
get him later. But I say this: I've seen people win leagues with 2 quarterbacks, and I've seen people have a quarterback given to him for just somebody screaming, "Hey, man, I'm out of this. I want to get a draft pick." I know your pick might not be the highest, right? But if you give me your 101, I give you, Bryce Young or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a way.
There's always the Joe Flacco's of the world that win you a championship.
Exactly. So that's why I say you don't always have to panic in your draft and just say, "Man, I need this. Let me hurry up and tap the button," because you're going to regret it because you didn't want the guy in the first place. So if you're going to lose out on position, don't panic. Stay cool. Stay water, like my boy Bruce Lee say. And just keep doing what you're doing, Theo. So I'm not mad at this at all. If you could have got a QB higher, good. But if not, hey, man, I love what you did, brother. I like it with your team. I could live with having Sam Darnold as my 2, and I'll figure it out once the season starts.
Well, I was going to say to that, like, I just wanted to make everybody hip to the fact that, you talk about thin ice and riding on thin ice. If you look, Sam Darnold, where he took him, let's just say one other person takes a starting quarterback. Like Sam Darnold was the last, talking about the last chance you, that's the last chance you.
For sure.
He almost basically drafted, he almost pushed the line so far that he didn't even have a quarterback to be honest with you. Like Russell Wilson, I mean, unless you really think Will Howard's going to start for the Steelers, Russell Wilson's the only other person drafted here that's like likely to be a day one starter. Honestly, that is gonad wise is crazy. That's pushing the envelope because go back to well, you're here right there where Connor comes off Jackson. Remember we said he took Will Howard the next round. If he was to press Sam Darnold, like that would not have been a crazy pick for him to take right there instead of James Conner. Now you don't have that option. You have to go trade for one. It's a mock, but I think the one thing is, understanding that and looking at it where you think the quarterbacks are going to go, you could probably make the case that me personally, I don't care which one you want, Stafford, A-Rich, the upside play, or the secure 1 or 2 years, instead of either Pickens or DJ Moore. And this team looks pretty damn similar, honestly, from the receiver position, and the quarterback feels a little better. But now the question that I think we should ask ourselves with this is, in a pinch, so let's say the pinch actually comes up and you need to go make a trade. What do you guys think, like DJ Moore or George Pickens get you in the quarterback market? Because to me, that's where the understanding the get out of jail free card is not going to be from those guys. I probably have to bring my first to the table. So
you'd have to trade both of them. You'd have to trade like both of them for a back end or a front end QB2.
It's the thing, though, ATM. That's what I think people tend to forget. It's a dynasty, bro. He doesn't have to sell his future just to get a quarterback this year. If he wants to ride it out and just say, look, if I win this year, cool. If not, my team has a foundation that's going to last me with all this youth at these positions. I'm okay. I'm okay with dying on my sword this year and finding out next year if I can do that. But I wouldn't sell my soul to get a quarterback just because everybody says I need to get one.
Well, I'm saying if you're in contention and Sam Darnold either lost the job or got hurt, or Pat Mahomes, you would bow out of contention for not having a quarterback.
I've seen people sell their soul to try to win that championship and still don't win it. So I'm just saying,
those people don't win at a high degree too. That's the thing. Most of those people that do sell their souls, they usually don't win it anyway.
Well, there's only even for first,
and those teams become 30 teams.
Variance in the game is crazy already. First place teams only win on a 31% clip. So it's of course. If the argument is it's really hard to win, it's okay if you don't. What are we playing for? Stop.
No. I'm with you. I'm just saying it's kind of hard for me because, like I said, we haven't started the season, right?
No,
we didn't think Sam Darnold would be jack last year. I'm not saying he's going to be that good this year, but I'm just saying with the foundation that he put together, I mean, who's to say he can't just holler at Shockwave and say, look, man, give me a Tyler Shuck. He ain't doing nothing, but at least he quarterback 22. I could live with that. You know what I'm saying? Like
he can holler at me. I got Stafford. I love Devontae and Pickens.
You can always go try to buy a quarterback. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying to me, the conversation of and that's, I guess, the part of the exercise that I always like to go through is, if we're going to do the exercise, what's the learning experience? And to me, George Pickens and DJ Moore in the conversation of what a quarterback would cost. And maybe you still prefer this, and that's fine. I'm just saying, to me now, if something was to happen or I wanted to go buy a quarterback, George Pickens and DJ Moore, the players, while their value's here, I don't think they probably buy you many quarterbacks that you'd like to have.
So I just say this, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. When I look at A-Rich, what if he don't work out, right? He went after he could have had A-Rich over Pickens and DJ Moore. Let's say Stafford, has a solid year, but he wasn't what we all expected. Let's say Geno does the same. Let's say Sam. All the guys that he passed on for Pickens and DJ Moore, if he was to pass on them, I would say Pickens should have the best year he's ever had under Dak, and DJ Moore could possibly have the best year he's ever had under Ben Johnson. So he bet on two guys that might have two breakout seasons that they, the two best seasons they've ever had in their career under the new situations they're in. So I'm still okay with just dying on that sword, bro. I would down
DJ
that.
Moore going to have to be a top 5 receiver. Top 5.
And look, you know what he could do next round? Smash the button on Joe Flacco and pray.
Isn't the
you're gonna get a
Vegas
lot of
odds
praise. Yeah, for sure.
on Daniel Dimes like 4.5 games that he's going to start? So if he gets Danny Dimes in a few rounds, he might be fine.
If you ask the Dragon Chaser, he'll tell you all of them.
I mean, like I said, my argument is only I like what he did by saying.
I don't want to harp on that point too much. He drafted a very good team. It's just
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I could live or die dying with this team if it looks like this. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So
yep, it's a good team.
But I do like what you did, Theo, and clearly we all agree. So yeah, man, we appreciate you, and you didn't take all my plays this time. And we can go straight to the next team, so we all kind of Rock. You got anything to add on to that, or we good to go?
We're good to go.
No, we're good. Thanks for speaking for me, Adam. Yeah.
All right, ATM. I'll let you start with J Mac and Rock.
Okay.
You kick it off with Joe.
Loveland at the 108, Burden at the 205, and then Devin Neal at the 308 to snipe Fizz. We got Burrow, McBride, JSN, Jarrett Goff, Kyron Williams, Jamison Williams, Joe Mixon, Jaden Reed, Tony Pollard, Stephon Diggs. I mean, the one thing I will say is I think from a value perspective, like Kyron to me at the 805 here is while T-Rock's nodding his head with a big yawn is looking
tired, man.
Yeah, he's sleepy, man. We need to get him a cold bath again, man. Come on.
I've already had 2.
Kyron, that looks like a really nice pick. Honestly, if I didn't get any of the rookies running backs, right, until Devin Neal, being able to wait and then get Kyron and then get Mixon and then get Pollard. For waiting on the running back position, I really like his running back room. Burrow and Goff, maybe there's not like the craziest upside there, but that's damn good quarterback room. JSN at the 1, I think is fine. I think his team's going to kind of be interesting with, I'll just say this, from the pairing of J-Mo and Jaden Reed to me are very similar, but different costs at the moment because Jaden Reed's coming off a horrible finish. J-Mo did much better than anybody expected, but they are about as boom bust as it gets. Yeah, like if I had to start every single week, boom bust receivers like that, it's like, man, if they both have down weeks, we're going to be in trouble. But you do have some upside there.
Yep.
But honestly, I think it's pretty solid. I just don't love Loveland at the 108 if I had a gripe, but I got no problem with the majority of this team. I think especially if I was getting Loveland at if I'm taking a tight end the first round in this type of a format, like Trey McBride to me, that I guess that's the reason, right? If I'm going to take Trey McBride, I wouldn't want to have taken Loveland at the 108 personally.
Well, I think McBride is his receiver 1 on his team, though. So I think that's kind of how you would look at it, how I would look at it.
Yeah, that's fine, but I just don't want to have now drafted another tight end.
I'm with you. I mean, yeah, the position changes everything.
Right.
Like I would definitely took Drake London or Ladd over Trey, but I would look at it since I have him as, look, this is my receiver 1, then I'm gonna just figure it out. So, but I like this team though. I'm with you on that. You good, Rock? Or what we doing?
It's I feel like it's like the most productive, least sexy team. That's it. It's I think it would be you would have to just be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, you would just have to be fine with all your players.
Go ahead and put that Steph Diggs thing up again. He made it real sexy round 13 though, you know?
Yeah, that Madden cover.
I don't know, man. He got the curse on his team, man. That crystal light pink lemonade, man.
Bro, when's the last time y'all seen Madden ever since at the Adam curse? Madden's mature now. See what happened?
I ain't even seen the mature.
Oh my god.
Rated M for mature.
It's a new Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, go ahead, Rock. Go ahead to Joe, man. We appreciate the J Mac though.
All right. Quinshawn, Milroe, Ayumanor. That was the only pick that I just did not like. I'm not taking a Ayumanor ahead of all the guys that went after him. Hurts, Drake London, and Drake May. He's got both Drakes, double Drake.
Yeah, I like that.
Brees Hall, TJ Hawk, Olave, Metcalf, Ayuk, the Brian Robinson, not Bijan, and then Trey Benson. Everything was great except Ayumanor and Trey Benson. I can't stand freaking Trey Benson. I don't know why he's being drafted. He's like, he's being drafted as like the highest RB2 after like Charbonnet. And it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. He was like the least productive of all the RB2s last year.
Yeah, you didn't talk. This wasn't me that did it, but you didn't like when I said this earlier. But people have been out here in the streets pumping him, man. You know, no Diddy. They've been pumping Trey. I've been seeing Trey Benson get bumped a lot in the in
Can
the
you
social
explain
media
it to me, guys? It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it's pretty much the conversation of James Conner's eventually gonna have to pass the torch, and they think it's Trey Benson's just gonna be good this year. I mean, I think it's
Oh
as
my
simple
God.
and I don't agree with it, but I think it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, James Conner has been one of the most productive RBs over the last couple of years, and the limited times that Benson got, he didn't do shit with it. Why do people keep making that mistake where if there's an older guy ahead of them, if you suck, it doesn't matter if you get all the opportunities. You're
Honestly,
going to still suck.
now hold on. You took Shipley ahead of Trey Benson. I think the same conversation. I think that's the exact same thing.
Because Shipley is behind one of the best offensive lines on one of the most run-heavy teams. So I'm going to take that
Conner,
bet over Benson.
But since James Conner's been in Arizona, he's been prolific.
No, he hasn't. Stop lying to the people. He hasn't done shit.
It's okay. That's where you just say, "Damn it, you're right, Adam. I'm sorry."
All right, I'm sorry.
I'm just playing. I'm not a big Benson believer, but
I'm getting all hung up on freaking
Benson.
Benson.
I think honestly, he's just a better version of any running back on a 53 is what people are hyping him to be. And I don't know.
But yeah, I guess outside of that, I mean, there's a lot of fragility on this team. I just see lots of boom bust. Hopefully it's mostly boom for him, but yeah, Drake London's in Hurts are my two favorite picks that you made. Everything else is just whatever. They're not my guys. Sorry about it.
I was just gonna say, I think it's solid. I think maybe on the high end, if I look at a lot of teams and just in a startup in general, I'm kind of saying which one of these are cornerstone difference making assets. And honestly, I put Hurts there. I'm not even sure. I think London's flirting with that territory, frankly. So when I look at the rest of it, it's there's some players that could pan out, but I'll just say the 909, 1004, 1109, man, you talk about bounce back potential. If things were to break right, Chris Olave, DK Metcalf, Brandon Ayuk, if those all hit, those seem like could be values. I don't love the players at the moment, but imagine saying you got Chris Olave, DK Metcalf, and Brandon Ayuk at those ranges last year. No chance. The
only thing that I worry about them is that I typically do not like drafting players whose market value has just been on decline multiple years now. Ayuk has only been for 1 year, but it was a really bad year last year. Metcalf and Olave have been sliding for multiple years now. That's the only thing that I feel like from watching you and Mike, it's just you got to respect the market. It's not just the production value and the warp value. So I don't know. That's the biggest thing for me.
Well,
what about you, Fizz? Is there anything else?
No, I'm literally just listening. I'm gonna just say everything that y'all say. I'm with. I just have fears with the receiver room with the Olave and Metcalf and Ayuk. But if they hit, you got the biggest steals in those rounds for sure. So
can I say this? Actually, now that I look at it too, this team should be called bounce back season because we're talking about TJ Hawkinson bounce back season if potential, right? Brees Hall would be he bet on bounce back candidates the whole way.
You're right. Nah,
this is the Big Sean team.
You're right.
But tonight I bounce back.
Thank you.
Yeah, I ain't think of it that way. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that one. Yeah, I like that. Bounce back, Joe. Good way to bounce back, my boy. Man, Adam, I'm gonna let you go to Shizzles, man, because I'm over here, man. This food.
Shizzles, man. Are you even here? I'm pretty sure we would be auto drafting at this time for him. Anyway.
I picked half his team, so I can't,
Shizzles, man. Took RJ Harvey at the 110. I don't hate that, honestly. I would have taken Ibuka, what Fizz took at the 112, but I like Harvey a lot. Harvey, Golden, Royals, solid. Then you get Lamar, Ladd, gifted to you. CJ Stroud, gifted to you. Sam Laporta, Derrick Henry, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Josh Downs, Aaron Jones, Kincaid. I think there's a lot to like with this team, honestly, for a guy that didn't draft for part of it. So
those are the best picks.
There's honestly I guess when I look at this, there's not a bunch of holes. I don't see a bunch of issues or problems, honestly. Yeah. So I will say that Harvey is based on he's supposed to be the guy and get the volume because he was drafted round 2. We don't know for sure what he's going to do. And then Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones are people been saying they're going to cliff and die for 3 years, it seems like now. So your running back room is fragile. But aside from that, I think I kind of like this team.
Fizz said that RJ Harvey could be a top 5 RB. So if that happens, he's got the most stacked RB room outside of yours, probably.
If he's a top 5 running back, that means that he probably wins the league. You know?
Yeah, probably. With Lamar Jackson?
No, but I mean, if you think about this too, bounce backs, you got gifted to you because I think Fizz drafted that pick for you. But if you got Lamar, to get CJ Stroud 2 rounds later is honestly pretty nice.
It is, especially if he has a bounce back season with this new wide receiver room.
There you go.
Yeah, they fixed the offensive line. They did their best, man. We thought they didn't give a damn about them where they was giving away everybody, but they pretty much said, my bad. We ain't mean to do that. So.
And Pat talked about this a couple weeks ago. If Tyreek Hill does get shipped off, it's going to be Waddle and Jonnu Smith as the main pass catchers. And with Joe Flacco back in Cleveland, Jerry Jeudy, he should, have a lot better season than what he had with Deshaun Watson at the helm. So,
yeah, one thing I wanted, Patty talked about this, and obviously Patty, shout out to Patty. He's in the draft and is a little biased on this because he's in the draft. But like the one thing I think when you don't, best ball especially, I can go thin at receiver, and that's the format where you can be extremely thin at receiver and still have great teams. In lineup, it's a lot harder, but you can just patchwork together a bunch of bodies at the end of your bench and just let those guys hit.
The receiver position allows you to do that for sure.
In best ball, knowing your format, I don't hate it, honestly, if you just continue to get, some values later on here.
I mean,
Adam's pausing things that don't make sense.
That's what guys are like Hollywood Brown and all those guys are for.
You can rewatch it back. A little delayed, I get you.
I'm gonna.
But yeah, we pretty
Rob,
much like this
what
team.
you mean? Put it up for him, man.
Yeah, we've already talked about it multiple times.
Rob just becoming
special edition Madden.
I just wanted to say this about Rob because he does this in AMA. He does this all the time.
Rob, man.
He comes in here. Just like, hey, everything stopped for me right now. What's the thoughts on the Diggs situation? Like, bro, we've been here for a minute. Go back and watch. See, we got the whole thing.
This is what's going down right now, man, with Diggs, Rob, man.
We off the
receiver.
Hey, yo, all right.
All right, but we all like to see those shittles. Just stay alive, stay awake, stay alert while we drafting, brother. All right, we appreciate it, man.
Bro,
Brian, better internet,
bro.
Bro, Brian picked right in front of me. He took Caleb. He took Scatterbo at the 2-2, which I don't know if he goes that high usually, but I don't mind it either, man. I mean, if you believe in him, take him. I would definitely go Milrow probably over him, but I don't mind it either. He got Pat Bryant, who everybody, everybody seems to get the hype on him right now. And he went Josh Allen, Marv, AJ, Terry McLaurin. I don't know about Terry over Rome, but hey, if you're going to bet on T-Mac to keep doing what he's doing, take him, man. And then he got Bryce Young,
pick. I love
Kamara. We know you love T-Mac, man. So you got Kamara, Evans, Pacheco, Ingram, and Jonnu. So all that I can say about this team is, hey, you took value where it was that, and I actually like it, bro. You did a good job, my brother. I will say this, man. We all know you're a Texans fan, but I never see you go out of your way to like take your Texans players. I will give you a shout out on that one.
Texans fan for sure.
Yeah, I will give you a shout out on just sticking with the board and not just picking up all the Texans. So shout out to you for staying water. But overall though, solid team, bro. I like this team, honestly.
I think he did a pretty good job with the team. My only gripe isn't with his team, is more with like, I think T-Rock, you called T-Mac, and now Fizz, you calling McLaurin T-Mac. T-Mac played for the Magic and for the Raptors. Okay, speaking of Raptors hat.
I don't even like calling him
T-Macs and confusion out here.
Yeah, I don't even like calling him T-Mac.
Back in the day.
I've also never heard Terry McLaurin called T-Mac. I heard him called F1, which is a terrible nickname, and whatever. Just call him Terry McLaurin. That's the best name he has.
I like calling him that. It's people would be calling him. I'll just get confused, man.
I'm with
just
you,
McLaurin.
T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. That's it. End of list. Thank you.
Yeah.
But overall, though, solid team, bro. This is definitely a win now, locked in. When you got Marv, AJ, Terry, and Mike Evans, you pretty much, keened in on your receiver core for sure. So I like the team though, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get the youth rejuvenation here pretty soon. But
right
now we could eat.
Yeah, no doubt.
The only change I would have made is just to AJ Brown. I would have gone a QB. I love AJ Brown, but that would have been the only difference. Just because I'm not so sure about Bryce Young. If there is going to be a QB that is in the 20s that can elevate himself into back end QB1, it would be Bryce Young, but I'm not sure.
All right, well, don't be hating on Bryce Young on this show, brother. All right. But
I do every show. I'm sorry about it.
Well, since I'm already on this side, we can just go to my team and then we'll go back on the West Coast and close out with y'all, man. So I'll let y'all two break down my team and let me know what I did right, man. How I won this league.
Adam, you can tear about his team first, and then I'll.
You sure you want me to do that? I thought you deserve it. You've been waiting for this. Go ahead, man. You tired? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's just, between going to the gym really hard and then not eating and then boozing up because you came on the show and I was very excited. This is hitting me a little bit hard, but that's okay. I'm here for the people right now. You just got to show up and show out. So that's what Fizz did with this team. You got Mika Ibuka and Higgins and Woody Marks. One of the best rookie drafts of any team in this draft. And then he just decided, we forced his hand. He went with Daniels and then Caleb Williams and then Justin Herbert. What? And then he went with Roman to pair with Caleb Williams. What? Oh, sorry. I was watching Stone Cold earlier.
What the hell?
I had one beer. What? Another beer.
Into DMX out of nowhere.
3 beers.
Man.
And then a Bloody Mary. Justin Fields, I think that's, oh my God. You had too much, Fizz. Too much of one good thing is not a good thing. I think that's the only thing I would have changed. You can only start 2 QBs. You're going to be forced to have to trade probably 2 of those guys. So get the best trade that you possibly can get. I wish you the best of luck for that. Kyle Pitts and Njoku, I love that tight end room. And then Tyreek Hill. And then I'm not even talking about the other 2 wide receivers. That's fine. So overall, this is the team that looks great. It's not going to produce that many points. You're going to probably miss the playoffs just because you don't have enough other skilled players. You have Woody Marks as your only fucking RB.
Yeah.
That's all right. You guys, we're getting ready.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is Dynasty. So
on AMA tomorrow, we're getting ready to talk about the 26 class. If you like Lenora Sellers getting the 101, man, getting the next Josh Allen. So
I do like the QBs next year, so it should be good. He
doesn't
need any more QBs though.
But you can always use more quarterbacks because somebody else needs them. I mean, I'll say the Fields pick felt early, but he's basically saying, listen, I'm on the turn. Is he going to make it back to me in 23 picks? I mean, if you look at the board, I don't think he would have. You could debate that or not, but I think basically you could, like, people might argue the Tyreek pick or in the Cup pick specifically because you're like, I'm not going to be competitive at this point. I think one of the things that happens when you go rebuilding at a certain point to decide you're rebuilding, like in a startup, it's easy to just say, all right, I'm going to draft young players. But at a certain point, there's kind of an opportunity cost where the players you're drafting at that point that are young are very unlikely to produce. Right. This is outside of the range of the rookies that we expect to produce fantasy points. In the build that you're rebuilding, I think having a mix of players that are older, that while production actually happens, you can trade away for some value, because what ends up happening a lot of times is outside of the quarterbacks here, you have no one anybody wants to trade for. So you're just kind of stuck with your team in the season. So I don't hate the Hill and the Cup pick. If you can just make sure to move them in the season. Obviously, we're not doing that with this mock, but that would be one of the things. I think the Pitts pick was too early, but you were leaning into your bit. So I think overall I got really no qualms with it.
I would have taken Fields ahead of all the other quarterbacks that went after him. Just me personally too. I think he was appropriately drafted, but it just looks kind of weird because Roma Dunze is right before him.
Yeah, definitely look weird or wrong right there. But yeah, like I said, overall, I love the team to keep it 100 with you. I was living down that sword of I'm not gonna win this year, but I got what I want, and I just figure it out later. So I'm cool with that bill right there. Adam was first. You know what? Let's close with.
Let's do my teams. Let's save the best for last with Adam.
Hold on,
so let's just do mine.
This is good. Go ahead, Fist. What do you think?
Let's get my boy Rock back on the screen right quick, man.
That's
Adam,
okay. I'm just yawning and shit.
You kick it off with
T-Rock?
With Rock, and then
okay. So starting off, I mean, I think we talked about it recently on AMA, and there's, to me, a tier gap between 101 and 102. If you have the 102 versus the 101, I think it's a decent size difference. I like Cam, the pick at 102, though. Tootin at the 211 feels like the right range that he should be going. And a lot of times I think you have to get him earlier than that. So I like that. Jalen Noel at the 302, getting to the top, Puka Nacua, Brian Thomas, and then Purdy, Penix to round out the quarterback room. Hey, T-Rock, I'm talking about your team, but it's okay. Kenneth Walker the third. Don't forget the third. We got Ricky Pearsall, Mark Andrews, Matt Stafford, and then Jordan Mason and Will Shipley. Before I lean into it, I just want to T-Rock. I felt like, at least, was it time to start drafting all the backup running backs in the 12th and 13th, or what happened?
Starting by week 4 or 5, both those guys. It's fine.
Damn. Okay. All right. I was not hip to this, but okay. Aside from
You
that,
heard it
though,
here first, so start drafting accordingly.
I think I like the sequencing that you took with this team. I'm just going to ask you, because I've been talking pretty highly of Penix, was that I think he was going to get on the field quicker than people thought. I'm curious now, Penix in the range of T-Law, Dak, and Goff. Why him opposed to those guys? I'm not even going to I think you drafted a pretty good team. I'm just curious specifically there why you took Penix versus some of the other quarterbacks that came off after.
So Penix, it was between him and Dak Prescott for me. I actually personally have Penix ahead of JJ McCarthy. I know a lot of people are going to be really high on JJ McCarthy, but I'm personally going to go Penix.
Okay.
As far as just some of the things that I absolutely love about him, he, in his limited starts, did have one of the highest PFF pass grades. He also had a top, I think, 6 ADOT. So he does push the ball down the field. Big time throw percentage, also top 6. And turnover worthy plays, not put the ball in harm's way, also top 6. So I love QBs that can pass the ball down the field, make good decisions, and not turn the ball over. And he is on an offense that does have Drake London and Darnell Mooney and Bijan Robinson to check the ball down to, because he's not the most mobile QB. So I think between him, Goff, and Dak, I'm just going to go with the younger guy, and that's what I ended up doing with this build. I leaned more into the youth, so I went with Penix.
Yeah, and you talked about the big three for the Falcons there with Mooney and with Bijan and with London for sure. Yep, makes sense. Fizz, what do you say about that? And about,
well, I was going to say, looking at how it looks now, Rock, would you change this? And this is my only question with it. Instead of taking Penix, knowing that you got Ward, because I always preach this every week, that if you can get a Cam Ward, it kind of helps you to pass on QB early because you will at least have one already to start. So knowing you have Ward and Purdy, would you switch Penix for a Higgins or Rome and just have and Stafford? Now, you got Stafford later. So would you pass on Penix for one of those receivers and then knowing you still got Stafford in the back pocket with the other 2 quarterbacks?
No, because unless you are a generational prospect that plays running back like Ashton Genty, I'm not going to expect, especially a quarterback that plays the hardest position in sports, to just hit the ground running and be elite or, produce at that back end QB1, QB2 level. So I think that's the reason why I feel more comfortable having Cam Ward as my QB3, who can fill in for a QB2, or if he does after that, bye week rookie bump that we see with a lot of rookies, he does actually play a lot better than we think he's going to play. So I'm just not putting too much stock in that. And I would much rather have a QB than a wide receiver like Rome Odunze or T. Higgins. I think they're more insulated and they're more valuable in Superflex leagues. So,
all right. What
do you think about that, Adam?
No, I was just going to say, I think one of the underrated parts, again, talking about format, right? We're playing best ball here. So a lot of drafts where you see Cam Ward falling too, right? This is, again, when I was talking about that's pretty much more of a lineup lens where you're saying, okay, is Cam Ward going to be my super flex option? A lot of people don't feel like they need to start a quarterback, so they're not drafting him, which is why he's falling. And in best ball, remember, especially if you don't have, like if I have Brock Purdy, I feel good about that, but he's definitely not an elite quarterback in my estimation, not even close. So if you don't have an elite quarterback, why can't I just have 4 quarterbacks like here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where whoever goes off every week, cool. Now you are my 2 best quarterbacks. And while the production of T. Higgins or Rome might be nice, I think like a bet like Rome would just be the value spike and then trying to trade him away. But you can replace, as great as he was last year, T. Higgins, you can replace his value with 3 or 4 wide receivers later on. So honestly, I feel like that would be the only where my gripe would be, is that now we don't know this yet, but are you going to be able to get, solid, decent little wide receiver options in rounds 14, 15, 16, just to shore that up? But I think it makes a lot of sense getting the quarterback that's guaranteed to play. There's only 32 starters every week.
I probably would have went away too. I just wanted to ask when I looked at like you getting Puka and then BTJ and just having another one of those guys to be like, damn, this receiver room is crazy. But more so the flash over the pass is what I was bringing up. But
damn, like it.
I always got them hot lines for you, Playboy. I got them for you, man.
I think the biggest thing maybe I would have changed is Stafford or to Connor or Swift, but that would only just be because I just want to care more about my RB room. But I don't know. I think Stafford just probably has the higher upside to produce, and he's going to demand more trade value. As well. But all right, we can move on to.
We're gonna close with the Raptor, man. You got a Raptors hat on, so you should be. I'm gonna let you kick this one off. I'll let you finish with ATM's team.
Okay.
I make sure I said team at the end, so you can't be finishing ATM off. But I'm gonna go ahead and start this one, and I'm gonna start this one and let you go ahead and walk away with this conversation, brother. So you got Ashton Genty. This right here is the build that I love to see on paper, because I think if you was to ever introduce this type of style of drafting to someone and you told them that this was possible, they wouldn't believe you without seeing it on paper. So to get Genty, and then he got Besh and Kyle Williams, and then he comes back and get Bijan and Gibbs, or Gibbs and Bijan, however you want to coin it. He got 3 of those guys, man. Honestly, he didn't have to touch a running back room ever again. Like, he could have just did whatever he wanted to at that point with that position. But Love and Kyler pretty much fell there, and I don't even think he would have passed if anybody else was there. I think he still was going to take those 2 guys, me personally. And then he come back and got Chase and James Cook, Ridley, Godwin, Myers, Russ. The only thing I wish I could have seen with this team is if he didn't go Chase and Cook and he took a Worthy or a Zay right there, and then had Worthy, Zay with Ridley, Godwin, and Myers over having those 5 running backs. But I will say, this is why the exercises allows us to do it, because having those 3 running backs you pretty much just playing with fire with the running back position. So if you want to take all the other ones that's rated higher than everybody else, take them. But my only gripe with the team would be pass on Chase or Cook and then get a Worthy and a Zay, or get both. Should say, F it, I got these 3 running backs, I'm gonna get Worthy and Zay. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the only thing I would have changed on this team, is adding another receiver at one of those spots. But other than that, you pretty much locked it in, bro. You cracked the code, and Adam Madden didn't show up today.
If you don't care about what one particular position looks like his wide receiver room, I absolutely love that he just leaned into it with Chase Brown and James Cook, who were really amazing RBs last year, who will make his lineup every week, who will outproduce Worthy and Flowers every week too. So
I will say this, not to cut you off, Rob. After Russ, he can go 3 more receivers in a row, because the value is there at receiver too. So Hollywood Brown and all these other guys that's just floating around in the space at receiver, they're still available. So I will add that to what I said at the end of my conversation. But go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's honestly the only thing that I have to add is, no, I think this is a just really, really solid, really good team. There's really nothing I can pick apart with it whatsoever. So it's so good to have Adam. This is his second now marathon draft that he's done. He had a real one, and now this is a fake one, and both have been really, really good. So, and
he took 100 running backs in both leagues. So
leagues.
ATM, how you feel about your team while we close out this draft and send the people on the bed, man, where we need to be going ourselves?
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple seconds to think about it and look back, and I still feel pretty strongly about the picks I made. I think if you look at this and you're thinking about it from a lineup lens, you're like, man, I got to pick who I'm starting every week for 3 receiver spots between Ridley, Godwin, Jacoby Myers, Jack Besh, Kyle Williams. In best ball, like my roster construction for this league, this almost is perfect. With how many flexes you can start in this league, if you look at the format, I can start 5 running backs on a weekly basis. I probably would honestly love to even had another starting running back. Like had the 10th at the 10-12, had there been another running back that I felt stronger about, like I was thinking about DeAndre Swift, but he just wasn't high enough for me. As much as Maddie's video talked about him, I've been high on Swift once they didn't draft a running back. You can make up production with having 8-10 receivers that are just average Joes or worse. But running back touches are hard to come by on a weekly basis. There's only basically 36, 40 running backs on a weekly basis that you can pencil in like 10, 12 or north touches. I'm sorry. So just I think of it honestly in best ball and lineup opposite roster construction, like almost opposite ends of the spectrum. In lineup, I'll continue to draft running backs like Shipley, where if something happens to Saquon, you just know you're starting Will Shipley every single week. In best ball, I want to have guys that are more guaranteed touches. So I like the build that I have here.
No doubt. We like it too, my brother. We like
Appreciate
it too.
y'all having me on and giving me the first pick, man. It's so nice of you guys,
Well, you took it. You took it. We didn't really necessarily give you the first pick, but you got it.
Oh, when you said that, you meant I could. I thought you were just saying, "Hey, since you are the guest, you get the first pick." Meaning, no,
you get to pick what you want, my brother. Well, I'm glad you did it because.
Well, sure.
Every time we get to this 101, I had it. I sneakily got this bill that you had with Ashton and Bijan and Gibbs. So I like when people get a chance to get that because I like to see different outcomes. I ended up not liking my team because you lucked out with Love and Kyle. If you look at the draft from last week,
sure,
no quarterbacks fell to me whatsoever. It was like Tua and Stafford at the same spots you took. It was this whole right side. This took all the quarterbacks, bro. So you actually lucked out in the process of you doing what you did. I got the other short end of that stick, and I like that how it worked out for you. So anybody that takes a 101, I always pray every draft that this is possible, just because I like to see how this can work. Because this will never happen in most real drafts. You know what I'm saying? So
I think the 101 spot in I would have totally taken another spot just for the sake of it, but I thought you actually meant just take the first pick. But I had the second pick in the real draft we did.
Yeah.
And I will say Eric was in that spot. And to me, there's actually a pretty decent gap in the 101 versus the 102. Now, the running back scoring was juiced, so the running backs were coming off the board earlier there.
Sure.
But he got Genty, and then he got Chase and Jefferson at the turn.
Yeah, and you gave him that, man. Can't believe it. But go ahead.
The scoring, again, if you look at my team, the scoring in Warp, like I passed on Neighbors twice. For those that's how strongly the scoring is at the running back position. And I guess the point is you get Genty at the 101, but at the turn there, you're going to have like, I don't think I'd do this if I don't get Bijan and Gibbs. But if I got Bijan and Gibbs, okay, let me go ahead and lean into this early,
Yeah. No, but I'm glad you did it, man, because that's what we want. That's what we want to see. I like seeing it anyway as a fan of the game and the sport. But we appreciate you coming through ATM for sure. You know we love that. And everybody else that came through, my boy D-Walk came in. He said, "What's cracker lacking?" And we
What's up, man?
We appreciate you coming through, D-Walk, man. But for those that needed it, man, I don't know if y'all really care that much, but get your screenshot in, give you a quick little 5-10 seconds of that, and then boom, we back to the thing, man. So we appreciate my boy ATM in the building, Adam Madden. The curse is real.
Just hopefully I didn't curse all those players I just drafted because we in big trouble then,
Hey, sell them while you can, man. Sell them while you can, man. That's for sure. D-Walk said he'll take your bill for the rest of the receiving room, deeper rounds. For sure. That's pretty much what he probably would end up doing. So we appreciate my boy coming through. Hey, look, man, anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here? I know I told Adam we was gonna be done by 9. It's 9:45, so let's get the hell up out of here.
That's why I told him it's cool, man. We'll just ride. We ain't gotta worry about getting out of here on time. We good.
All right, well,
What the hell?
go ahead and let us get it. Go ahead and do your thing, man. Let us know what's popping, what's good, and we're gonna let the people go, man. What's up with you?
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, and it was fun. I appreciate you guys giving me the first pick and let me have the best team. So
Cool.
it felt good. For someone that's out of the game now. So it was
There you
nice to
go.
get into that. And I'll say this tomorrow, if you want to come check it out, I'll give you a little bit of a preview for AMA. We're actually going to be bringing back the holograms a little early for AMA next tomorrow. So in the next 24 hours here, you'll be seeing it because we're going to be talking about an early look at the 2026 class. So some of the top players in the 26 class. So if your D-Gen level is really high like us and you want to look ahead to next year, we don't have all the facts, but we got you at least on some hollies and some. Mike and I are going to discuss, I think, some of the reasons why. Like right now, you see 27 picks kind of being like everyone's trying to chase those. I think passing on 26 for 27. I get it with Jeremiah Smith and I get it with Ryan Williams, but there's a lot of players in 26 that you're going to want to have, and it's a year earlier. So don't sleep on 26, man.
There we go, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I wanted to, dang, I didn't forget what the hell I was saying. What the hell?
What the hell? Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Shout out to E Will, man, for sending us a great show. We appreciate you tapping in, my brother. And as always, man, you know how we do it on the vibes, man. We have a good time. We appreciate my boy ATM putting us in the spot, man, so that we can grow and get ourselves together. And I think we've kind of figured out our recipe, man. My boy over here is the chef, and I'm just over here trying to put whatever I can. Wash the dishes, whatever I got to do, man, to make it work. And we
y'all
glad
cooking
that
up, man. Y'all cooking up. I see it.
We glad that y'all enjoyed, though, man. So make sure y'all tap into the AMA tomorrow. We won't be on here probably until Friday, unless something happens, man. Breaking news: Kyle Pitts goes to the Chiefs or the Cowboys or something. Maybe that happens, but outside of that, I think Rock is falling asleep standing up, and we're gonna go ahead and let my boy take the cold shower.
Adam, I need you to tuck me in. You know how I used to say that? Because you guys' streams would go till like 11:30 midnight, and I would always want to stay up and
I was about to say, Fizz,
not have to miss anything.
Come on, man.
Need you to tuck me into bed.
Dad.
What I'm gonna say is, Adam, I do got to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Before we leave, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say.
Are you sure?
Last 2 weeks, we had Pat Fitzmaurice on here. We had D-Bro on here. I kind of introduced them to the marathon. They both love it. They both said they down. They riding with it. They both gave me their word that they would join this content creator marathon startup that I'm putting together, brother. So I'm saying this to say, Mike said he isn't done. He's not out of the game. But I did tell him, I know ATM is down tearing. So I would want to ask you first, one, would you join if I get these other people in? I got Ty from DD. He's joining. I got a good little different. I'm trying to get a different bunch of people that I know aren't in leagues already, right? But I did mention to Mike that I know Adam is down tearing, and I know my boy got a lot going on. So would you mind doing at least a co-managed team if you can't do your own team? So I'll put that out there before we close the show, man. I gotta ask. Gotta put you on the spot while it's hot, and see what's good with it.
Yeah, you the line, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. You shot your shot early. Like if I was gonna give you maybe one league, maybe. I already gave it to you. So sadly, as much as I hate to say it, even on the spot, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm already kind of tapped out with getting new leagues in, and we're gonna be doing we haven't talked about it yet, but South Harmon is gonna be having a league that's gonna have its own channel, a new Dynasty league with the creators on our platform. So with that one included, plus another one I'm already planning on. What I don't want to do is shed leagues and then add a whole bunch of new leagues and be untrue to my word. So
for sure,
let me just tell you, while it hates my soul hates to do it, I'm gonna have to pop that red balloon, buddy. I'm gonna have to pop that red balloon for you, All
right.
Oh, he's Mr. Pennywise.
We tried.
No, not Pennywise. You seen those dating shows where they're holding the red balloon?
No. Hey, shh. We got that. We got to keep that a secret, brother. We got that coming up, man, for the people, man. Don't even explain it, man.
Okay.
We got that. That's getting the worst. We putting that one together. But
you see what happens? You turn Fizz down. He says, "Shut up, man. You're done
talking." I got
talking,
a red hat on, man. Just know that. All right.
It's okay, Adam. We didn't want you in the league anyway. We just wanted to ask.
That's okay. I know, T-Rock, you don't want me in your league anymore.
Well, I say this, man. Everybody walk around with these tool belts. They talk about all their tools and which ones work. I just want to get everybody in and see which one's going to be the best, So
I appreciate the invite, though.
That's cool. Like I said, and even if you want to just holler at Mike, you you don't even got to look at the team. You can co-manage and just put your name on it and make it look like you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So we give you a group. You could be that guy that what's that line they always say? You got an A+ that didn't participate in the class project. That'd be
that was like I was talking about earlier with A-Rich. Like I got to do the project. I drafted the project, but now I don't want to do it. So here, T-Rock, you do the project.
There we go. So
T-Rock,
I'm always the guy that does the project because of my spreadsheets. Everyone thinks I'm smart and shit. Don't have any friends to hang out with. Oh, you just do the project.
Diddy, just like when he asking me to tuck him into bed. Don't let that go unnoticed. By the way,
nah, my boy Rock.
I would say that on every stream.
My boy's literally falling asleep, going to standing up, man. So
I went to the gym. I wanted to get swole for you, and I'm drinking and didn't eat. I just wanted to entertain you guys. That's all. But I guess it's fine. I tried my best.
All right, man. Look like my boy Rock going through it, man. And it's time to hang up.
Hey, T-Rock, I was just gonna say too. You were talking about overconsumption. Too much of one thing isn't a good thing with him and quarterbacks.
That's true.
Just remember that next show. All right, we love you though. Okay,
I did it for you.
Man. All right, man. We're going prep rock it out. We appreciate y'all being in the building. I think next Tuesday morning, next Tuesday night, we will be here. Friday, I might be here, might not. We'll see what's popping. No matter what, we appreciate you being here now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate everybody that's here tapping in always. And
love all you guys.
Before we get up out of here, baby. One more time before we close out, man. Boats and hoes in the building. We out of this thing. See y'all.
Have me, my boats and hoes.
Next week,
and
man.
hoes. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
Call the A-Raps.